ideal.
Hi everybody.
That's good. It's good. It's good.
Can I turn a little
That's
bit?
good.
Oh, I can turn a little bit.
Greetings! Might get in this.
Yeah.
Just want everybody to see that. You know, that's how we do. Yep.
I'm probably like really heavy. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
All right,
There you go.
all right,
All right,
all
there
right,
we go.
all right.
So,
Here we go.
Microphone
So
up.
I will
Camera up.
No one grab my butt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
start this.
100!
Yes,
100!
it is here.
100!
100 episode.
Holy shit!
What's up, guys?
Oh!
Here comes the confetti.
Boom! Or the fart. I think that's the fart right
No,
there.
no,
actually.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
All right, so
Little subtle change. Little subtle change.
Yes.
Little subtle change.
Little subtle change.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So-
So welcome everyone. This
Yes.
is Just Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Richard Bendo.
Yes.
To my left, this is Tommy B. And to my right,
Where?
Mr. Panda Mike. On the mic.
What up? What
On the
up?
mic. This is our 100th episode. If you guys are just joining us right now, this podcast is just three friends talking about life, anything food related, and pretty much anything pop culture, nerd culture related. So that is that.
Yep.
We are the Just Talk Podcast.
JTP.
JTP.
Woo!
Yes.
PT.
That's not really our acronyms for our names, but
Pretty
that
close.
is the
Pretty
thing.
close.
We are
Close
the
enough.
Just Talk crew.
I'm sweating a little bit. Not
Hey,
gonna lie.
hey,
Sweating a
what's
little bit.
Everyone's all going crazy because we're on video.
Yes,
now.
exactly.
Well, I
yeah.
had soda before I just jumped on. so-
Yeah.
Did you actually drank something?
Yeah, I had to
Okay.
do that too because the energy was getting a little bit low.
Well, that's what I was like.
That's gonna be an
wanted coffee.
insulin-
No, some soda.
I'm good. I had my some of my sleep.
Yes, some of my sleep. I think I caught up in the car.
Some of
actually.
my sleep.
Oh, good lord.
all right, so
I'm gonna-
let's get this started. Let's
I'm
get this
gonna feel like
going.
a
It's,
old
Yes,
man.
it's
yes.
gonna be a pretty.
Nerve-wracking episode.
I don't know about nerve-wracking, but I think if anything, it might be a full episode.
Yes,
a
definitely.
good amount of
Content.
content, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay, so to start off with, it is first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful New Year.
Uh-huh.
Am I in frame here?
You are in frame. You're right there.
You know what's funny? I can't even see myself.
You might have
Because
to
you're wearing
like.
black.
Yes.
So first of all, this is actually our first time doing this, so yes, low key. What is this? Amateur-ish hour.
Sitting
Yes,
on the
absolutely.
floor.
We're sitting on the floor. We could have gotten chairs, but we wouldn't have our desk.
We like
Kind
to
of
be
thing.
Indian style.
Well, sure.
Oh.
For now, if we just have a better table, we can actually have our laptops on. Like actual
will happen.
professional
Yeah.
podcasters.
It will happen.
They have their tables, they have their mics and all that stuff, and they have their laptops and
Yep.
whatnot. So, but this is how we have it for
Yes,
now.
yes.
A little setup, a little get up. I can see they can see your face.
If not, that's fine. The camera will probably break anyway.
No, if
It has 10 pounds.
anything, you might have to do this. There we go.
Am I there too?
Yeah.
Do you like a Forrest Gump kind of deal thing?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, this
That's
will
a little
get
better.
This will get better with
You're
time.
fine. You're
Alright.
fine. You're
Alright.
good there.
My name's
Make sure
Forrest
to
Forrest
see your
Gump.
face. Okay. 2009 again. Hopefully, y'all had a happy New Year.
You said 2009.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2019. All right, going back.
And 10.
Going back.
And 10.
Oh,
much
nervous.
nervous.
I'm not nervous, dude.
Oh.
I've done this before.
Yeah, he's a lot better at this than I am.
I
I'm usually like
have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Anyways,
Hey.
so
It's Rich.
So we have our notes here.
Yes.
Which is good. We
All right.
actually need to start doing this more.
What do you guys got?
Well, we're gonna start off with, since it is the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a question?
It's not so much of a question. It's more of just new year, new movies coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So one of the topics that we're going to be talking about today is what is your? I guess it is a question. It's a topic. It's a question. Sure. What is your 5 most anticipated movies of 2019?
Oh man.
5, and you're gonna have to rank it from your 5th one to your most.
Ooh.
To your most. So
Yes.
Tommy B goes first.
Oh, I go first. I'm on the
Sure.
hot seat.
Go.
Because
You're
any
in the
other
hot
time,
seat.
he always asks us.
I thought you.
And
Do you have it
skips.
ready? Do you have yours ready?
Do I? No, I only have my top 1.
You have your top one.
We said. I created a Google document, and I said over there 5 most anticipating movies, which one, and that's to explain why you're anticipating each movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was about
So,
to do when I saw these notes?
So.
I was about to write an explanation for each and every
Oh
one.
Lord! Oh my God. I should have made it into a question form so Mike would actually get it.
It'd be awesome.
I'm a little slow, everybody.
It's all
okay?
good.
It's all good.
We all
I
have our
always
moments.
miss the train.
All have our
All
moments.
good. Alright, Tommy? We'll do this. You go.
Do you want to do like one at a time or like
Yeah,
all five?
one at a
Okay.
time. We go. We'll go with your fifth
simple.
one.
Very,
This is
very simple.
hard.
The very first one,
Very first one. You said.
because there's a trailer that came out not too long ago.
Yes, yes.
And how we're in the end game right now.
Ooh.
That's your number one?
That's my number one.
Interesting.
10 years for Marvel to come out with Thanos and Avengers Infinite War and whatever you want to call it, Infinity War,
Right, right.
and how the snap. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on with Ant-Man. I want to know what's going on with Hawkeye. Let's go, man.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything.
In 10 years, and I want to know what Marvel's going to do next. 'Cause what's going on? Because there's some contracts
Basically, Phase 4.
Yes.
Phase 4,
Yes.
or the.
And
It might.
And here's the-
Some people might call it fantastic.
Yeah.
You know? Phase 4 might be fantastic.
Wolverine, man.
yeah, dude.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know what Marvel's going to do. I want to know what's going on. Avengers
Jeez, this is
Endgame.
tough.
That's what I mean. That's my number one. Straight out. Number
Nice.
one. Let's go.
Nice.
All right. What do you guys got? What do you
okay.
got? What do you got?
So we'll go this way.
Okay.
We'll do this.
What do you
we'll
got?
snake. We'll go around this way.
Get in the flow.
So for me,
I like circles.
this is gonna be. I was going through the 2019 movies.
Okay.
And there's a lot of blockbuster. We're pretty much just talking about blockbuster movies over here, right? So
Yeah.
there's many more movies out there. Like right now in January, there's actually 2 movies that I'm interested in.
Mhm.
I do want to watch. One is Escape Room.
Ah.
Brian,
Just-
what's
yeah.
up, Brian Narsic? Austin Narsic. Little shout out to our really good friend over there.
Leave a comment on the YouTube channel below.
Sure, if you
heads
want.
up.
If you
No,
want, you don't have
you
to.
don't
But he actually reviewed the movie, and I
Did you watch it?
I did watch it, and I was like, I definitely want to watch it. And the other one that's actually coming out this coming week, this week right now, is Glass. So there's
Nice.
other movies out there that are coming out, but we're pretty much just focusing on the, I guess the most anticipated movies, or like the blockbuster movies that the mainstream
Right.
audience know.
Right.
And so my fifth one, you guys actually might be surprised on some of my picks here. My fifth one is How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh.
The Hidden World.
Yes.
The final installation
Nice.
for that series.
Yes.
So I think How to Train Your Dragon, that whole series, just the How to Train Your
It's
Dragon
hard.
series, it's a very underrated animated movie. It's a very underrated one. Like it's really good. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But no one really talks about it. No one talks about How to Train Your Dragon. But when you find people that knows that movie or loves that series, you're just like, brother,
Oh yeah, totally.
sister. You're like,
Yes.
oh my god, this is awesome.
Yes.
And every single movie hits not just on an action level, but an emotional level
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
The first one, I fucking teared up.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, I pretty much cried.
I lost my shit.
I pretty much cried.
I lost my shit.
And this third one, this is gonna be the final one, and I feel like it's just gonna be a roller coaster of emotions, like fun, happy, joy, sadness, anger. You're just gonna go through all the emotions, and it's gonna be one of these things where like, it's like the good kind of roller coaster. Where you're just like, this is the last installation. They're giving it their all. This is it,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go with a bang.
Right.
They're gonna go with a bang. And I'm so looking forward to this movie. This is my fifth anticipated movie 2019. So
Nice.
Yes.
Wait, we're going with fifth or one?
Sure, it does.
No, we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll tell you my number
Again,
one.
your fifth most anticipated to your most anticipated.
But you started at one.
I
he started at
started
fifth.
at 5.
Oh, five.
Because
Okay.
it's coming out for me. It's sooner, and that's like okay, cool. But the number one for me is actually kind of like, you guys will be surprised.
So my picks are actually pretty surprising. There's
Yeah.
a lot of blockbusters that I was looking at that I actually didn't pick.
Yes.
So there's actually more or other movies out there that I'm like, because for some of these blockbuster movies, I know what I'm getting.
Right.
I know exactly what
That's-
I'm getting, and as much as it is, if you pick top 10,
Yeah.
they would have probably fallen
Yeah.
into place. But we're just picking top 5.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
And so
Well, that's why I started with Avengers, because I was like, you know, everybody's like, oh, that's gonna be your number 1. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if I could start from number 5.
So this is how it goes, guys. Mike is usually the one
I'm the
that
oddball.
contradicts himself.
I'm the oddball.
So if this can be your first time watching this, we're already on episode 100.
Yes.
So if this is your first time watching this,
Yeah, right. It's true, actually.
this is
You'll see. Listen and you will know.
Think of
Yeah.
it this way, everybody. There's structure.
We can do it now.
Oh, God. Here we go. There's structure, and then I like to go against structure.
It's true. It's
Sometimes.
very true.
I don't even know if it's that. per se.
It's a lot of different things. Hey,
a lot
really
of
quick
different
though.
things.
Yeah.
Going back to How You Train Your Dragon, I just
Yes.
want to mention that fight scene where he loses his notes and he's like, is it phase
Oh,
one,
yeah, when
phase
he's
two?
trying to- yeah,
and he
yeah.
just goes, fuck it. And
Yep.
just straight out starts flying the dragon. Oh,
Does he
I
really
still
say fuck it?
No, but I'm just saying. Because that's what it
That's what I
was. Because
say.
he's like, oh shit, I'm about to crash.
Yeah.
He loses it and then I still get goosebumps talking
He
about
trusted his instinct.
that. Yes, just do it, man.
So Mike, what's your 5th one?
Is that when you jump off a building and say Brooklyn?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway.
Pretty much. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
So my number 1.
You're going from 1 or 5?
5 to 1.
I can't do 5.
What do you mean?
I can do 1 and down.
No.
So this is gonna be your number 1?
My number 1.
Oh my gosh.
Let him do it. Let him do it. It's
Fine.
Mike.
Fine. Number 5.
That's Panda Mike, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 5. See, because
Why would you start at number 1 then? We're going from our least anticipated
Yes.
to our most anticipated.
because I have my favorites. I'm looking right at it.
What's your least favorite?
What's your
I
least
see.
favorite?
That's a tough one because it's.
You didn't rank it, did you? That's
because
if you did rank it, then why can't you start at 5?
You wanna know what's funny? I have a ranking, and then for some reason, whenever you guys talk, I change it. I'm like, no, yeah, I want to see this one instead. So it changes also.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. See, because I'm conflicted by Toy Story 4, The Lion King, and Aladdin.
Alright, you know what? Start with 1. You start with 1. We're gonna go. No. I have my ranking. I know exactly what my most anticipated movie of 2019 is. You start with 1. We're gonna do our ranking it up to our least to our most. You're gonna go from most to least.
Okay,
Yes.
most to least.
Star Wars Episode 9.
That's your
Okay.
most.
That's my
anticipated.
most.
That's a good one. That's a good
That
one.
could have ended with a bang
Yeah,
right there. It could have
yeah.
started with 5, 3,
Yeah,
4,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
1, but no, you had to. Alright, anyways.
It's
Episode
the 9th
9.
installment of Star Wars.
Right.
I don't
That's
know
you.
how I
Definitely
don't know
Star
how you
Wars.
guys want me to start at 5. There's so many different
You should
ones.
be used to this by now, man. You should know this.
I know. Anyways.
The next
go
note's
on,
gonna be
Go on.
Mike. Make sure you do it this way.
Yeah, right. I need to do it that way. Go on. Go on.
Oh, so you want me to do number 2 now?
No. It's, why? Explain why.
Oh, well, like you said, it's the 9th
Yeah,
installment
you
of
can just
Star
say
Wars.
Star
and
Wars. So that's okay. Why Star Wars for you?
Star Wars is my thing.
Think of this episode as
it's-
people watching it for the first time.
I get it, but that's my thing. I always love Star Wars.
Right. Okay.
On previous episodes, if anybody ever listens.
Think of this as the very first time.
What are you looking forward to the most with that one?
Mostly everything, the whole story.
Anything
Okay.
in particular, though?
I want to see what happens with Kylo Ren.
Ray? What's her
And
name?
Ray. Yeah,
That's a
I want to
good
see. I want to see what goes on with that. Then I want to know what else is going to happen to the Force.
Okay.
I really want to know because there's no other
Mm.
Jedi's in the whole universe. There's only them 2.
My
And then
question.
there's the boy.
Well, I was gonna say my question is,
Yeah.
are they really dead? What's going on with this Force thing? Can they come back? What's going on? Are they super dead or?
They're always in a sense alive.
Okay.
We are recording, right? I'm just trying to see. Can you guys see a number there? It's ticking. I see it
I
ticking.
think so, it's
Yeah,
ticking.
It's
okay.
been taken. I've been seeing it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's
just
been
checking. Just checking. This is our first time.
We're
This
yeah.
is, I see. I think it's 4 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
4 minutes?
I think.
You probably got better eyes than I do.
Yeah, it's
I see like 4.
I just see red, and then I see it change.
Anyways, all right. So
We're like, huh?
so Star Wars.
Yep, Star Wars.
That's your most anticipated.
That's my most anticipated.
anticipated one. Okay.
And like I said, I just want to know about the whole series.
Mhm.
I've always loved Star Wars ever since
Mhm.
I was a kid. Played with a bunch of toys
Yeah.
from Star Wars, so It's like, how can you not like Star Wars?
Cool.
It's Star Wars.
Cool. Now going back to some normalcy here. Tommy,
Thanks.
so, what is your fourth anticipated?
John Wick 3.
Ooh, nice.
John Wick 3.
Nice. Again, there's a lot of movies here that I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was hard.
Not
John Wick
Gemini?
3 had to be in there for me.
Yeah.
Not
I want
Gemini Man?
I don't know much about that. I just know for me, I want to end, or if whatever Keanu Reeves is going to do,
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck's going on.
yeah.
Like, who's hunting him? How's he going to get out of this shit? An entire city is after him.
He's gotta kill everybody.
Yeah, that's true too. But
Did I see that correctly? That Halle Berry is in that movie?
I don't know.
There's another one.
I haven't even actually.
But yeah, no, John Wick again.
Archer.
Like what we said earlier, there's a lot of movies in 2019 that were all like, oh my god, we want to see all these movies, but it's hard to pinpoint just your top 5. You know, if anything, all these movies are anticipated. Yeah, that's why they're called anticipated movies. But yeah, John Wick. It didn't make my top 5. I don't think it was gonna make my top 10.
I'm
to be honest with you.
surprised.
Well, no, because there's other movies out here. Here, top 10, I would actually put Hobbs and Shaw in my top 10. Hobbs and Shaw in my top 10.
Disclaimer, so Rion ruined my number 1. That's my
Well, you didn't have to say
No,
it.
but I needed to say it now because it's like that is, for me, like, just the mashup of...
Now we're just going all over the place.
Yeah, we gotta do it, because I have to do it. Because
Going all over the place now.
and fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson, my number 1. But I'll mention my other 2, and it'll make up for it. But that's my number 1. Number 1. So I still got...
Yeah.
3.
3 and 2.
3 and 2. We're just going everywhere now.
Yes.
All over the place.
I am gonna keep with my, with my thing
He's
here.
gonna stay on track.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on track.
Stay on track.
I'm gonna keep these guys on track. So my fourth one is actually Artemis Fowl.
Yeah.
For me, Artemis Fowl was one of those series that I found out, I guess in a sense, randomly. Like when I was still working in my older jobs, in my older career, where I worked on movies before. And so I was pretty much just behind a computer the whole time for like 10, 12 hours.
Right.
And there was and so in one of the servers, they would have audiobooks. And I would just listen to all these audiobooks. And one of the series that I saw over there was Artemis Fowl. And I was like, what is this? And I looked it up really quick.
So it
And
popped his curiosity like that.
Yeah, I was like, what's Artemis Fowl? So I looked it up on Wikipedia, on the interwebs, on the internets.
And the interwebs.
And it piqued my interest. I was like, this is fantasy, this is something I'm into. And then I listened to the first book, and I was like, holy shit. This Artemis Fowl is fucking dope.
It's very good.
He is...
Hand me that.
Sorry. Which one? Just... there. He is...
Thanks.
the most... I guess what is this? The close. Some people, y'all might disagree with me on this, but he is kind of like a younger Tony Stark.
Yes.
In a sense,
100%.
you know. I don't know how else to describe him. I'm sure some of y'all out there can describe him better than I can. But Artemis Fowl, the fact that I remember when they announced that they were making a movie, and I was like, oh my god, please make a movie. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna make a movie, sweet, awesome. Don't know when it's coming out. And they announced this, excuse me, a couple of years ago, I think, if anything, or maybe even 2 years ago. I don't know when they actually announced it.
Right.
But they announced it. I was excited for it, and then finally the first trailer dropped a couple of weeks, a few months ago or something, and I was like, ooh, okay, this is awesome. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be cool. And I wish this is gonna be one of those movies that actually does well to garner a sequel.
Yes, please.
Because there's some movies, because the book, I'm telling you, the first book was awesome. It was really good, but as you get more into the mythology of everything, and you get more, you understand more of why Artemis is Artemis and how he is, and it's just the way his mind works. For me, it's always interesting. I love characters that are super smart, but at the same time not too smart to the point where that's their fall also.
Right.
But I'm excited for this movie, and I again, hopefully it gets enough or it makes enough money to get a sequel. So
This is your number 4.
that's my number 4.
Yeah.
My number 4.
Number 4.
So for you, number 2.
All right, number 2. Toy Story 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, growing up as a kid in the late 80s, early 90s, what did you all watch? Toy Story.
What? Growing up in the 80s and 90s, what did you watch?
Growing up late 80s, you know,
Right.
cartoons.
Okay, yeah,
So
okay.
I mean, it's always a thing, and we all talked about it before on previous episodes, but Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know that you said How to Train Your Dragon is like an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 3 was an emotional roller coaster. And I know you said earlier...
Not too much action, though. But,
Right.
but
But
it is still the same.
yeah, but you also said in previous episodes that the directors and stuff, or writers, they said that Toy Story 4 was going to be that much more than Toy Story 3 by emotional wise.
Yeah.
I'm like, game on.
I
Let's go.
believe it was Tom Hanks
Uh-huh.
or Tim Allen or both. I forget. They were saying how the third act they could, or it was one of the scenes in the third act or something like that where they couldn't. It was hard for them to do because it was did your one.
Did my one.
You went from 5 to 1,
Did for because I had to
and
do
then
one.
now you're doing
Wait,
your
is
4.
that like 0 to 100?
Yeah,
Kind
basically.
Of, kind of.
Wow,
Basically,
Tommy
yes.
went 0
Yes,
to
I had
100.
to.
Basically,
I had to.
that's what it was.
Well, I'll make up for it for my last two.
So your fourth one. What's your fourth one?
My fourth one. Wait, so I did.
One.
So you did actually no, you did your fourth.
Yeah, I did
one.
my fourth one.
You did your fourth
It was
one.
John Wick 2.
So it was
the
John
first
Wick,
one was
yeah.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. So your
The
third
next
one actually.
The next one, the third one, is It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2.
It
I'm
Chapter
scared.
2.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm scared.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm scared for that one.
They gotta do it right, man. They definitely gotta do
So
it
if anybody
right.
knows, which they probably don't, Rion did this weird thing for me. Was it on my Instagram? It was something. He did something for me, and he did it where it said, "Are you gonna do it?"
Wait, I don't even know what you're talking.
When he did like Hi Mikey with.
Oh, it was when
So
we were
freaky.
it was when we were
So freaky.
when we were trying out these announcement videos for our podcast. It was probably around the episodes 60s maybe 50s,
So scary.
60s.
Freaking
Or it was in the
out.
50s. Sorry, it was in the 50s, and we would
Hi
do
Mikey.
we would promote
It.
our podcast, and I would shoot like little clips of videos, and it was I think it was our Halloween episode, or no it was
close to that.
it was close to Halloween because it was definitely the movie just came out. It's probably a few weeks after that, and yeah, we I don't even know if I can do it right now on cue. It was like
Come on, Rion.
it was Hiya, Mikey. So something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2.
Number 4?
That was
3.
Oh, number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2. Okay.
Self-explanatory. If you've seen It
Yeah.
Chapter 1 and
Yeah.
what they're going into with everyone's an adult and it's coming back.
Yeah. And the people that they have for the
Jessica
cast.
Chastain.
Yeah.
I remember years in recalling it, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my number 3 is Aladdin.
Ooh.
Aladdin, again, one of those self-explanatory things too, but Aladdin for me, it's always a toss-up as far as Disney 90s classic animated movies.
Yeah.
For me, it's a toss-up between Aladdin and Lion King. Like, I could never... I really can't, like... What do you call this? I really can't choose between the one or the two. Or the one or the other. I guess at that... I've always said it just depends on my mood which one I'm like feeling more. Like, do I feel a little bit more romantic? So I'd go with Aladdin. Am I feeling a little bit more? I want to be like a king and shit. I go with Lion King. You know, Hakuna Matata.
Right.
But Aladdin is another. It's one of those like it. For me, you know, it's one of those movies that I grew up with, and I'm just like I watched this movie a whole bunch, like a lot, and I'm curious on how. For this one, I'm cautiously optimistic because of all the things that's been happening for production and stuff. But I'm curious also, and it does have Will Smith as the genie,
Yep.
and so it's gonna be one of those things. Yes, he's gonna be blue. He's gonna be CG also. This stuff that you saw in Entertainment Weekly, I believe, that's his human form, which I pretty much called it. But I'm excited for Aladdin. I hope they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I
That's
think,
the one
it'd
thing.
be hard for Disney to do that.
To do what?
Screw it up.
Maybe. I mean, so far right now, they haven't really had any missteps
Right.
in terms of adapting all these live action movies. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm curious to see what Guy Ritchie does with that, too.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
The way Guy Ritchie directs. I think if anything, when the thievery parts of Aladdin, when he's running around and
Yeah.
trying to escape, I think that'll be in the same vein as when he was shooting when Guy Ritchie shot King Arthur.
Mhm.
The way he was going through all the fucking alleyways and jumping off and all that, doing all these parkour kind of stuff.
That was great.
I think if he somehow, puts that kind of twist to Aladdin, it'll make like some of the action sequences pretty. I think this, if anything, the action sequences will be shot very well.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's my third and
I
most
guess,
anticipated.
a flying
movies.
carpet chase with that too. See,
That's the thing. That's gonna be so friggin' dope. Especially when they're trying to get out of the Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on.
Guy Ritchie spin on it.
Come on. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Also, the Pink Ranger, Naomi Scott, is Jasmine.
Oh,
hey.
yeah. Wow.
Hey.
Bye.
Hey. All right, Mike, you're actually now we're in the same. You're number 3 also.
Signal. Just so everybody knows. Now, Rian, can you show us the world?
No, I can't. I'd love to. That'd be great.
I can show you the world.
That'd be awesome.
That's all I know.
Shining.
Hold on, let me give you an apple. Hold on.
Yeah. Aboo.
Right.
So yeah, what's your number 3? Because now we're
Number
actually this
3.
same,
Okay. It's kind of like a toss-up.
No, Mike, you gotta have a number 3.
Dude, I had a lot of
number
fucking
3.
toss-ups.
Dude, you know how many movies there are that I wanted to pick that I had to? Again, I told,
Probably a
like
lot.
I just said, yes, I just said,
A lot.
if there was top 10, Hobbs and Shaw would have made it in my top 10. To be honest with you,
Okay.
but I had to go with top 5. We had to.
I'm
pick.
sorry.
Which one's the third one?
Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
Because come on, we gotta know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's so many questions that need to be answered, and we're all just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Okay, like we know the premise of the whole 10 years, but did Doctor Strange like figure out a way to like
I'm
put
sure
a
he
spell
did.
on the time stone?
Something. Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, is Thanos really in some dream world, or like what happened? Like what is going on? Like I need to know. So
What is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on?
I hate the fact that there's so much curiosity around because I'm a curious person in certain aspects because I know you're gonna say something,
I didn't say anything. I was just.
but no. Don't even do it. Anyway, so yeah, that would be like my number 3.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Tommy, number 2.
My last one, since everybody knows my number
2.
1. Wanna
Two.
say it together? Wanna say it together? Ready? Shazam!
Oh, wow!
Shazam.
That made it to your top 5.
Yes, it made it to my top 5.
Wow.
Specifically, was what going
That's
on.
your number.
That's my number
Number
2.
two.
Number 1, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Number 2 specifically.
Wow.
I want to see
Okay.
what DC's gonna do.
Man.
And I like Zach Levy.
Levi.
Zach Levi.
Zachary Levi.
And I like the character of Shazam.
Wow.
So Captain Marvel.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
Captain Marvel. That's funny saying that. but
Wow,
yeah.
is that your number 3 too?
No.
Ah,
He
they
stole the
know.
name. They stole the name. Captain
doesn't
Marvel.
know,
He's
yeah.
the original Captain Marvel.
Shazam back then was called Captain Marvel,
Marvel.
and the way he would transform, he would say the words Shazam.
Right.
And a couple years ago was when, and there was a Captain Marvel character on the Marvel side, the Marvel comics side, and I forget what happened actually, but I think there was just some confusion and
No, there was a whole bunch of like litigation.
Rights, right?
problems.
Yeah. So,
Rights went to this. Somebody bought it up. Somebody bought it
right.
up. So.
And so basically what happened is that Captain Marvel from the DC side just decided to call that character Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's a movie Captain Marvel that technically stole that name, but
Mhm.
it's weird. So.
Yeah, and they're both coming out 1 month after each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Because Shazam.
Shazam.
Fuck, Shazam and
Shazam.
Avengers are like 2-3 weeks apart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
close
is
to-
crazy.
Yeah, because Shazam is like the first week or the first 2 weeks of April, then Endgame is the last week of April.
Yeah.
Holy crap. So that's your second one. Shazam! My second one, Mike said it earlier, Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Toy Story 4. Let's see, Toy Story 3 came out 2010.
Yeah.
Fact check that, please. Since we all have our laptops and our phones here while I'm talking, you guys can fact check that. I believe it's 2010.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
And from what we knew,
2010.
from what we knew at that time, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was gonna be the last movie. That was gonna be the last Toy Story.
Quick, hold my hand.
Gosh, dude.
I'm sorry.
man.
I think I just put everybody there in the spot. Like,
Oh man.
Oh.
Again, every time you just talk about that, even just that scene, dude.
Yeah.
Like they were.
I cried. I really
Yeah,
thought they were
no,
gonna kill him.
seriously.
I really
Well,
thought
that's
they
the
were gonna
thing.
kill
That's
him,
like,
you know?
holy crap.
I didn't cry.
Oh, I did.
They were gonna go that far.
Yeah.
And just like,
Like,
and
this
guess
is
what?
the hell
That
of a
wasn't
way.
even like one of the most heartbreaking moments in that scene
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like the very ending was also a heartbreaking
Yeah.
moment
All of it.
when freaking Andy was just like
Yeah.
drives off to the sunset or whatever. He had to grow up. He had to grow up.
He goes to college.
He goes to college, yeah. And he pretty much gave away all his toys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so. And anyway, so we thought that was it.
Mhm.
We thought that Toy Story 3 was the last Toy Story movie.
We
And
did.
then, there were some rumblings. Oh, there's rumors of Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. What's gonna happen?
Right.
Are they gonna make it?
But
Right.
Woody.
And next thing you know, and as we all know, Pixar doesn't just make a sequel.
Yeah.
They're not known for making sequels. And when they were announcing things, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make Toy Story 4. We found the right story for Toy Story,
Right.
and we're gonna make Toy Story 4." And at that point, you're just like, "Fuck." And then the first teaser trailer came out, and
Yeah.
you're like, they didn't really say anything. They didn't really reveal anything, but you're just there like,
I'm
"Fuck,
not a
this,
toy.
this is gonna be I'm
a spork.
yeah, see. What constitutes as a toy?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
right?
Because the fact a spork that's not really a
Yeah.
toy.
It's got like those bendy like twine.
yeah, but then
things and
you
stuff.
add a few things here.
Yeah.
Like can a water bottle be a toy now? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't know. So that is my second most anticipated movie.
It's the secret Michelin Man.
Right here. There we go. See, you don't know. You just put like 2 dots and a smiley face.
Yeah.
Is it a toy for a little
man.
kid?
Yeah.
Well, Rugrats did a sippy cup, and they made like a cartoon out of it,
exactly.
like an actual character,
Exactly.
like back in the day.
So Toy Story. I mean, you pretty much said it all earlier too. It's gonna be an emotional roller coaster ride once again.
Yeah.
Again, this is gonna be one of those movies where we just don't know if this is gonna be the last one
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So if it is, that's great. If they have another story to tell, I think if anything, we might have to wait maybe 5 years, or I'm not sure if they're gonna wait that long.
Yeah.
But
It's
if they're
been
gonna
years.
yeah,
That's crazy.
or in this case 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years.
That's a long time, man.
Hey, as long as they do it good, which I know.
Well,
they
right,
do.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Pixar is known for having like great kids movies.
Mhm.
You know, except for Monsters University. I don't know what happened there, but just joking. It's actually really good. I actually like Monsters University. There's a lot of college references to it, but for kids, I don't know. Anyway, but it's just like they always make a good movie. It doesn't matter like what they do.
Yeah.
It's really rare for them to
Yeah, it's rare for them to
make
drop
a
the ball too.
bad movie.
It's-
Especially their little movies.
Oh
little
yeah.
short films are always
Those
good
short
too.
films are crazy, man.
Birds on a Wire.
I forgot all about that. What is that one? The Chub Chubs are coming.
The Chub Chubs
Yeah,
are coming.
I love that.
Oh man.
The little birdies turned into be the Chub Chubs. It was awesome.
All right. So now, Mike, you're
Number 4.
number 4.
Number
sir.
4. Pick number 3, my lord. Sorry. I love doing that from Shrek. Stupid little guy that's supposed to chop off the gingerbread man's head, and he's so dumb. And he says, "Pick number 3, my lord," and he shows 4. Sorry. It's just a stupid thing of mine. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's
Sorry.
good.
Pick number 3, my lord.
All right, here we go. All right, so your next one.
4th one.
Yes.
Oh crap! I put. Oh, okay. John Wick 3 would be my 4th one.
Ah,
so it made your list.
It made your list.
Okay.
Yes, it made
Made my
my list.
list.
It's Keanu Reeves, if you're watching this, I want to talk to you on here one day. I'm pointing you out. I even probably want to go roll with you one day.
Oh.
That's not smoking a blunt.
I would have said gone shooting. That dude looks like he can
No,
shoot like
he
crazy.
would embarrass me.
Oh, okay, all right.
This camera would come with, and it would be on camera that he embarrasses me.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Number
Why?
four. Number
why-
four. What do you got?
So number 4 is John Wick 3. Obviously, it all started by someone killing his dog. Why did you
True.
have to
Very
kill
true.
his
Yeah.
dog? It's his dog. You know?
It's funny how a story can go from that all the way to where it's at.
Seriously. And then, yeah, like you said, you know,
But the dog, that dog.
Yeah.
There's a meaning to that. To why?
Symbolism.
True.
There's symbolism to that whole thing. so.
true. But I mean, it's like Tommy
Yeah.
said earlier, it's like the whole city's after him.
Mm.
There's no more safe place for him. The Continental is gone because he broke the rules. And it's just...
Well, it's not gone. He's just not.
He's
uh,
excommunicated.
yeah, he's
there we go.
excommunicated. So,
Yeah.
sorry, I said gone because he can't go back there.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's nowhere safe for him anymore. Not unless like he makes his own house or goes back to the house that they burnt down. I don't know. But I'm just really curious. Because, I mean, that scene when he's in that subway terminal and he kills a guy with the pen or the pencil.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. It's like, what else is next?
Right?
Just give it to me, please.
Yeah.
I know he's riding a horse. I want to know what the third part of the story is.
Right.
Kill someone with a spoon.
Why a spoon, cousin?
Because it's dull and it'll hurt more. Robin Hood reference there.
Okay.
All right. So since your number 1 is Hobbs and Shaw, I already said it. Let's go with your number 5. Since you already mentioned your number 1 also, what is your number 5?
So,
And I'll go with my number 1 is my last.
Nice. Ends in the middle.
I was about to say it's Gemini Man,
Oh.
but no, I'm joking.
Okay.
That's only
okay.
because
Yeah, I figured that.
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Yes. The spotlight is here. Anyway, no, I'm joking. Number 5 would have to be Joker.
Wow.
And I'm like, I know I said before in previous episodes.
I thought about that one too.
What else,
I'm like,
funny? That for me is
Joaquin
ending on a high note, actually.
Yeah, Joaquin
Wow.
Phoenix. I want to know
That one surprised me.
Yeah.
how well he's going to do the Joker. He's a little woohoo, I think. No, I'm joking.
Well, he can get in touch with that
Only
character.
with his characters. I mean, look at him when he first, maybe not first played in, but whenever he was in Gladiator,
Yeah.
he played Caesar like Caesar. You know, and I was just like, whoa, okay, like, wow.
Well, I mean, I think the Joker's gonna walk the line, though. So, I don't know.
With her?
Just gonna hear things.
Yeah.
I know that might be the signs.
But are they not merciful?
Oh wow! All right.
All right, so
Now we got the cameras. So now we can-
Everyone at home's like, no.
Oh my God, this is that kind of podcast.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so
Now we're rolling.
So now
we're
we're
rolling.
going back around. Hobbs and Shaw
Hobbs and
number
Shaw,
1.
yes.
That's actually, again, I thought about it. I was like, that would have made my top 10.
Yes.
Probably like in the maybe 7, 6, maybe even
Yeah.
or 8 or whatever.
Well, just the chemistry between
yeah, and
The Rock.
I mean Rock, Statham,
Yeah.
and then Idris
Idris Elba, I was about to
you
say.
see- I don't know if you saw that.
007?
Oh, yes. I wouldn't mind.
There was an Instagram photo.
Oh, yeah, I
was
saw that one
released.
too.
It was them 3.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was great.
That's
That was great.
literally, it's like I'm excited just seeing all 3 of them. I want them to run lines. I don't even
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
If they were sitting around having coffee talking about like the weather, I would watch it.
Yeah.
Just those 3
If
together.
they were talking
Yes,
about
they were
it.
talking about it. You got 2 English blokes right here, and there's Idris over there talking, and then you get
What
the
kind
Rock.
of weather do you think it'd be?
Yeah, right. It's gonna be rocky.
Let me give you the stink eye.
man.
I don't know. Do you think you need a transporter in there? Maybe. I don't know.
Gosh.
Sheesh. So Hobbs and Shaw number 1 for you. Number 1 Star Wars Episode 9. Do we actually have a?
I don't think
name
it's a
for
title
it?
yet.
It's not titled
a
yet,
title
right?
yet.
It's just episode 9 right
There's
now.
rumors being thrown
there's
around, but
rumors,
nothing
okay.
solid right
All
now.
right. And so my number one.
Aha!
My number one.
Right in the middle.
Well, this will trump everyone because this is the king,
The
the lion.
Wow!
Boom!
You went with that
I
one?
went with that
Okay,
one.
all
That's
right.
my
I
most
get it, though.
anticipated
I
one.
definitely get it.
And that's because
Nah, Japan,
yeah. Hey, man. Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, there it is, right there, right back to the middle.
Amazing cast.
Yes.
You know, Donald Glover,
Yes.
Beyonce,
Nala.
Darth Vader.
Darth
James Earl
Vader.
Jones, Jeremy Irons.
Yes.
Or sorry, no, not Jeremy Irons.
No, that's all right. That's good.
That's good. Jeremy Irons.
That's good.
He did Scar.
We'll leave it at that. Whoopi Goldberg's in there, dude.
Let's just bring out the old cat. The old cat.
From the back.
Oh my gosh, what's his name?
From the original?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yes.
There we go. And
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Billy Eichner. Who else is
Billy
there?
Eichner.
Michael K.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Beyonce.
I said
you said
Beyonce.
Oh, sorry.
Who? John Oliver. Boom.
Yes.
There we go. He's
Is he Rafiki?
no. He's not Rafiki.
Who's Rafiki? I don't even
Oh
remember.
crap! Who is Rafiki?
I don't know who Rafiki
I will tell
is.
you in 2 seconds.
Who's
Rafiki?
Rafiki? It's not 2
John
seconds.
Canny.
There we go.
John
All right.
Canny. Wow. Huh. Okay. Okay.
No. Zazu is John Oliver.
Zazu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, amazing
Zazu.
cast.
Zazu.
But most importantly, again, Lion King and Aladdin is my 2 favorite Disney animated classic movies of all time. Underneath that is Mulan. Mulan would be my 3rd one.
Yes.
And then underneath that is Hercules.
I was going to ask, what Disney princesses would you do? But
For another.
That's another episode.
You know what though? I would have to say I start off with Ariel just because that was the first one where I was like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be into fish, but she
not
can
a
sing,
fish.
man.
She's
So,
a mermaid.
Yeah.
So
Just saying.
when Jon Favreau directed The Jungle Book,
So good.
just the way he integrated CG with the live action Mowgli was groundbreaking.
Yes.
Now, if you've seen Jungle Book, just the
Jon Favreau
technological, the
Jon
Jon
Favreau
Favreau one.
Because there's a shitload of like
Well,
Jungle
now
Books.
there's Mowgli on Netflix.
And Netflix. I haven't seen that. So.
I heard it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
From some of my friends that seen it already. The technological advances for Jungle Book was like a new thing, kind of. You know, they pretty much broke ground. So like, oh my god, that is amazing. And now, when they showed some footage at D23 last year, or sorry, 2 years ago, for was it 2 years ago that they showed? Yes, I believe it was 2 years ago that they showed it. They could have shown it at Comic-Con last year too. I forget when, but I know they showed it on D23. The footage for Lion King.
The shot-for-shot footage?
Not shot for shot. They just showed like a tech demo,
Oh, okay.
and and everyone was like, "Holy shit!
Yeah.
This is better
Yeah.
in the Jungle Book in terms of like CG wise." So now, if you look at Jungle Book, you're like, "That's fucking impressive." If it's better than that, now you're like, "Holy crap!" And now it's the Lion King. Jon Favreau's directing it again, or not again, but he's directing it also. You're just like, and with all the cast, like I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's gonna be one of these movies that it's instant $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion. It's
Right away,
definitely $1
boom.
billion.
Aladdin again. Aladdin's. I'm cautiously optimistic about that one. We'll see. It might hit close. It's Disney, so it might reach.
Yeah.
Just because it's Disney, but Lion King done.
Yeah.
It's a done deal right there.
I think it's also because, you know, like I said, we were kids when this thing came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, hey, we want to see more of it. We want to see what they did to change it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Absolutely.
See the different, like,
Different light.
Yeah.
You know. Different kind of.
Side perspective.
And not just that, but also too, like, there's something kind of captivating where you saw something as a kid, and now if you have kids, you get to bring them, and they get to revisit and re-enjoy something that you enjoyed as a kid. So it's kind of like experiencing perfect, like, kid moments with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That is our 5 anticipated movies of 2019. And speaking of, just a little quick side note, speaking of hitting $1 billion, just today, Aquaman
Speaking
hit
of
$1 billion. It hit $1 billion.
But this
$1 billion.
Is it this $1 billion?
$1 billion. No, James the Wan. James Wan. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. The fact that that's the first. I wouldn't say the first.
See, I contributed it twice to that, so
I'm about to contribute to it.
3 or 4. 3 or 4.
I'm gonna say 3.
Twice actually.
Wow. Okay.
I've only seen it once. Tomorrow.
Nice.
Tomorrow.
Nice.
Taking my parents'
Nice.
parentals to go watch it.
Nice.
But yeah, it just hit $1 billion today or like last night or whatever. That's great. Even Wonder Woman didn't hit $1 billion.
Came
But
close.
It came very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
Critically, it was better
Yeah.
received than Aquaman, but this one definitely hit $1 billion. So which is great. I just wanted to throw that out there.
And made Aquaman cool.
Yeah, it did.
Made Aquaman cool. Wow, that's weird saying that out loud.
A little bit.
It just
a little bit.
So.
So that's that. That is that. Let's see. I'm not sure how much longer that battery is gonna hold.
Yeah.
So we have one more bar, and the next 2 things.
I'm even surprised you can see that because I can't.
The next 2 things
Grant's
is
got
like
skills.
kind of back to back.
You want to change the battery and cut this one and then just upload this one? I'll let you call it.
Actually, we'll go with this one other
Which one do you want to
topic.
do with?
We'll go with this one other topic, and then we'll cut it since it'll be a pretty.
You want to know what's really cool, dude?
Pretty good
As you're
one.
clicking on that, I can see that on my phone.
Yeah,
That's
what because we're all on it. Okay, so our next topic, since it is 2019, the new year, and at least for me, I like to grow as a person, like to take on new things and whatnot. There is a question here that I put. What is one new skill that you would want to take on this year and follow through with it?
Anybody want to? Since I went first last time, you guys want to go with this one?
Mike?
Anyone? Mike?
You got nothing? If you have nothing, I have one.
There's
It's
something
pretty
over
easy.
there by the wall.
It's pretty easy for me, and this is one thing where I actually do want to get better at.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because I feel like it's like a life skill, and on top of that too, if you know how to do this, it's pretty good with the ladies. It is cooking.
Oh,
It is
hey!
cooking. Oh, yeah.
I like it. Nice.
Yeah,
Is it any particular cooking? Like any
Not
particular
if
dish all around?
anything. If anything, just any kind of dishes.
Any
Really,
kind of dish?
just in general, learning how to cook.
Yeah.
How to cook, not like crazy well, but just enough to be like, okay, this is my favorite dish. I can do that,
Yeah.
and just kind of just go branch out and like, oh, I can cook this kind of dish, this kind of dish, this kind of dish. This
What do you
kind
feel
of
like
dish.
eating today, ma'am?
Yeah.
I can
Is
make
there
that
any
for
particular?
you.
Where did that come from? Like, what stirred that? Because whenever somebody says that, like something stirred it, where you
Well-
saw something or you tasted it, and you're like, I want to have this more often, or yada yada
Is it
yada.
like Ratatouille when he ate
No.
Ratatouille?
So, yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
Something like you know.
No.
What I'm
Take him back to
No,
it.
I've always thought like anyone who can cook is first of all, I feel like that's just like one of those life skills that you not need to know,
Right.
but it was good to have in your
Your
repertoire.
repertoire.
Yeah.
Hey, wow.
Look at
Look
that.
at finishing each other's sentences.
And also,
Look, we're talking about food.
It's true.
let's be honest. Like when you think of, okay, I don't want to say when you think of cooking, you think of like ladies because there's obviously other chefs out there that are men.
Well, I was gonna say,
but just I guess just in, I don't want to say even just in general, but usually, if not some guys, no one really knows how to cook unless you're into like cooking very well.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so for me, it's like that was never a thing for me. Like I know how to do other stuff, but as far as cooking goes,
Hey
like,
man,
I know how to cook
you
eggs.
cook mean top ramen.
Yes I do. You know,
I've never
but
had top ramen.
but also here's the thing too. So I'm Filipino, and my mom cooks all these dishes. I eventually want to learn and know how to make all these dishes from my country of origin.
Nice.
So
Any particular dish that you're bringing to mind or anything?
See, that's easy, man. I feel like that's easy. Like, well,
Lechon.
no. That's I would
like
say
a little bit
too special.
I would say
Adobo.
no.
I can tell you one for me in the Filipino dish, but I'll let you finish it. Like that's been
Well,
passed on.
what's one for you?
For me, that's been passed on. There's no recipe. That's what it is a sinigang.
What is that?
It's like a soup, but the
Like
thing
adobo?
Is, yeah, but it's
Adobo
never.
is not a soup.
It's never the same. Whatever house I've been to, it's always different. And
Because
it's
everyone has a different way of making it.
and that's what I'm saying. Like it's like how my mom cooks it. I'm kind of like, ooh,
What's in it?
You know what's funny? It's different every time. That's what's funny. It's like one of those
So is it like, okay, so
for you that
is it like a gumbo?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
fastest, easiest way. It's not, but it's the best way.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Gives you something.
So, Rion, one thing I'll tell you, I've heard from plenty of my girlfriends that I've talked to. They said if a guy knows his way around the kitchen, it's a turn on.
Exactly.
So
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And that's why I mentioned it earlier.
I'm just letting
It's
you
for the
know.
women.
I'm just,
I know.
I'm just
I
agreeing.
know.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's exactly that's part of it too. It's like, oh, okay. With
See,
most women, like if it is, yeah, they're like, oh, that's like, you know how to cook? Holy shit, okay. Again, that's the old mentality when you think of like guys. Oh, you guys don't know how to cook. You know how to do all these other things,
Right,
You know,
right,
like
right.
car stuff, fucking what is this?
Change a light bulb.
Yeah, like basically
Fix the
anything.
toilet.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Handy.
Handy, yeah.
Handy.
You know, anything like
Get 'em
that.
off.
Yeah.
Well,
anything handy.
But I noticed. Yeah, handy, huh? I have noticed though on that tangent, if a man can cook, it makes up for not being handy also too. Like you're like, oh, he can cook. Oh, this is good. Oh, if he doesn't fix that, that's okay. He's still making food. You know what I mean? Like
Again,
it kind
it's
of
one of those things where, like,
overlaps.
again, if you know how to cook, like, you can survive.
Yeah.
Off of
Pretty much.
if you know how to cook and stuff. Because eventually, if and when the world just goes to shit,
Yeah.
it's like, oh well, do you know how to cook? No, we don't have any microwave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just have my microwavables. What am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Popcorn.
But I have a question for both of you guys on that tangent. When you think of chef or cooking person that you're kind of like, you know what, I'd like to make their food. Who do you think of off the top
I'd
of
like
your
to
head?
make their food.
Yeah, off the top of their head like this.
Their food.
Anybody in particular?
No. Not for me. I mean, if anything, it's like the people I know. It's like Chef Ramsay,
I got
and then
two.
like all those other other chefs that I watch in Food Network that I know their names, who I'm forgetting right
Yeah,
now.
that's me
you
too.
know? So
I got 3 now.
you have 3 now.
Count
Okay.
4.
Well, you
Okay.
cook.
Go.
Oh, yeah, that's
go,
true.
Go with the 4.
So
What's
for
the
any
4?
of the ladies out there that are single, I want to make, and I would like to, I've done it before, but I'd like to make breakfast in bed for a woman. Sorry, I just have to say that, but I love doing that. You can get pampered from me. That's what I'm basically saying.
So I have a disclaimer up front, so anybody that's watching this is going to be like Mike's like send off, like video diary
There's
daily.
nothing
Whenever
wrong
there's
with
a
that.
recording,
nothing
you're going to
wrong
hear
with that.
like I'm single, and I just want you to know that I cook and I'm Panda Mike and all that. So anybody that's out there, just as a heads up, his Instagram is Mr. Panda Mike.
And you should hit those 3 other names really quick right now.
What
It's
are the
about-
names?
I don't know. It's your chef names.
Oh,
It's about to die.
die.
It's about to die.
So
It's about,
it's about to die.
Roy Choi.
Nice.
I
Okay.
want to know how he makes his food.
Okay.
I'm curious. Let's see. Rachel Ray.
Nice.
That's
She
right.
usually makes
Okay.
really good food too.
All right.
And then there's Tyler Florence,
Ooh.
Okay.
Bobby Flay, of course. How can you not?
Mm.
Gordon Ramsay
I
steak.
cannot.
And then let's see. There's Sandra Lee. She always makes. She did a TV show on Food Network called Semi Homemade.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Nice. The Art of French Cooking. Julia Child. There you go.
Okay.
Average cooking.
All right.
I have a book. Yeah, I have a book too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since
First one's
this,
done.
this is about to die
Yes.
off. This is a very amateurish podcast right now.
That's okay.
like what we're talking about earlier. We are gonna see y'all. There might it's probably gonna be saying we're gonna change batteries.
Yes,
so,
we are.
we will be.
I dropped the ball on that one.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Drop the ball.
Nah, you don't have to pause it.
All right, we're
Cool,
back.
cool.
So I left you a little space on
We
here,
are
so-
back. No worries.
Cool.
We are back. So yeah, that is one thing. You know, it's not gonna happen right now. It's not gonna happen right away. Crap.
I got it. I got
Tommy,
it.
get-
I got this one. I got this one.
Get it.
I was like, wait
get
a
it,
second.
so we can see it. So there
There's
we go,
nothing
there we
to
go.
see.
Aha.
Aha.
We
There
have
it
to
is.
flip that little thing. Anyways, yeah.
Is it good? Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that is one skill that I would love to at least start this year. You know, I don't have to go like crazy big, but at least get it started.
I've
Also,
I have cookbooks
There we go.
with recipes.
Yes.
Because the main thing is actually like getting the technique on how
Right.
to do it.
Right.
It's not really cooking. It's just the technique
Yeah.
and the right technique
Mm-hmm.
to execute it.
So yeah, I definitely want to start doing that, especially when I do want to get. I'm trying to get, or not trying, but I am getting back into working out, and I eventually want to start doing my own meal preps.
Oh, nice.
And I would actually want to cook my own
He's
food
gonna have
instead
a
of.
washboard, everybody.
Oh, he already
Yeah.
kind of has a washboard. What are you talking about, man?
damn.
So we'll see. We'll see about that.
Must be nice.
So yeah, so that is one skill that I would love to learn this year. I would like to. That I would like to follow through.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that I want to do this year. So, but yes, anything for you? Skill, something, or not even the skill. Anything you want to take on again this year that you've been wanting, that you kind of fell off of, or you kind of stopped doing that you want to get back into. You know, since Tommy, you do have one, we'll let Mike keep thinking. What is
I
yours?
can think
sir?
of things really quickly.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go?
No, you go.
You want me to go?
You're gonna go
Um,
second this time.
It's gonna sound weird, but like lately, because I've been writing a lot of notes for the podcast and all that. Writing, believe it or not.
You should.
Yeah.
Writing?
Writing.
Mhm.
Something like along the lines of
What?
Yeah, just writing.
That is
stuff
like.
down.
Wait, okay. Well, what, writing stuff down or actually writing stories? Because there's like.
Well, it was funny because
Written by the great Tommy Boyle.
no, not the great. Hell no. There's no way that's great, man. I've told you already. Like,
It's doing like a narrator's voice.
no. So, anyways,
Written by
we were on Instagram.
Tommy Boyle.
We were talking to Tate Fletcher, and he said that he wanted to create like an operation manual for like life, and that's something he's working on, right?
Oh, so something along the lines of.
Yeah,
like,
something like that. But like,
Tate,
something
when did you
life
say this?
Kind of,
yeah, but like more of like
Okay.
from my like failures.
yeah.
I was actually
like
writing
an autobiography, kind of.
not an autobiography. Like for example, like I started a new job. You're not
Right,
aware,
right.
and I saw like how there were certain things. I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Mhm.
I would
Does
like,
it?
yeah, oh yeah. I would like to sit there and be like, okay, well, from the perspective of if you're gonna work here or whatever you're doing or yada yada yada, write stuff down. And I have a whole bunch of stuff from that. So that, and it's actually, it's kind of weirdly enlightening to write down your thoughts. And then the other thing I was thinking about is, have you ever read a reader's autobiography or just field notes or anything like that that's already dead? It's kind of a time capsule in a
Mm.
weird way. Like you get to read their thoughts on paper at that time.
So why are you into all these time capsule ideas?
Not time capsules.
I'm really just
just
curious.
writing. Just writing. Like for example, like I was reading. It's Marcus Aurelius's Ruminations. Like he wrote a lot of stuff. He's the guy that was in Gladiator, where he's like, let's talk like men. And he wrote a lot of stuff
Something
down.
that you can't really do these days.
Right, but he wrote a lot of stuff down. And when he wrote a lot of stuff down, those are his thoughts on paper that are how many years old, and they're still relevant today. He's been dead how many years, and people are still reading his writing and his thoughts. That to me, for some reason, like hit a note where I was like, huh, you know, like writing in a weird way, when done correctly, is almost timeless. So,
Well, it's
I don't know if
almost
I'll
like-
ever publish anything.
Well,
but
it's
it was
almost
just-
like Scott McGee, mentioning about his dad, when he was passing away in his very first episode.
yeah.
He's like, Dad, I want you to write.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually close to telling my dad to start writing
Yeah.
as well. Because it's like, if and when I ever have kids, whenever that might be, wherever that girl is, it's like, I want him to know about my dad.
Right.
Learn about his struggles that he had and what I had to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole different long story, you know, about my life. But it's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of wisdom that's from older people that's not said, or that's really like hidden away, and you have to sift through a lot of information just to get there.
But imagine if it was written down.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
It's like Trevor Bone.
Yeah.
It's like his stuff is great. Like when I discovered him on TEDx, on TED Talk actually, I was just like, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know who he is, but I like what he's talking about.
Right.
Like, where can I get more of this?
Yeah.
You know, it's like stuff like that makes life more enjoyable.
Yeah.
To know that, cool, there was a man out there that lived life in that wanted to let others know how to live life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that failing is okay.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really cool. You know, and to be acceptable of that.
Also, too, like, sitting down talking with you guys has been very enlightening for me. To actually make time, and every single time I come here, I'm like, okay, what am I going to write down and talk about with you? And that has kind of progressed into like, oh, wow, these are my thoughts on paper.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on in my world, and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You know, because there's some things I will talk about on camera or on the podcast, and then there's some things I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do
like
that.
for you, for your personal stuff.
Exactly. But just writing it down for me has been very, very, like I said, like enlightening. And then going back and reading it and be like, whoa, I was feeling something weirdly interesting at that moment.
Yeah.
So.
See, but it's weird because, maybe not weird, but I had a conversation with a guy from work the other day, and it was like a pretty deep conversation about, like, out of all things, relationships. He's on his second marriage, and he was just like, yeah, well, it's kind of interesting. You learn about the first one, and then you find a second one, and you're like, well, I don't want anything in the first one, you know. And then he's like, yeah, women are just very something interesting creatures. I'm just like, oh boy. You know,
I'm sure men are too.
Yeah. we all are.
Yeah, we all
you
are.
know.
But I mean, it was just funny, you know, just to relate with him and just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Being older, you know, and now that I'm getting older, I know I said on episode 99, we didn't do a camera on that one, but anyway, I wanted to talk about. I talked and I said that I wanted to get like more conversations with my dad and spend more time with him.
Right.
Because I know as we're getting older, I'm starting to think, I'm like, look, when my dad was my age and vice versa, it's like, I'm where he was at however many years ago.
Right.
20-some years ago, you know, and I was like, I want to learn, and I want him, you know, kind of like give me this knowledge that I need, you know, for me getting older.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see what's coming up next. Like he used to always tell me, whenever I was 15, just wait 15 more years, Mike, wait till you're 30. I know we said it before. I don't know anybody else out there, if you ever are 30 or getting there, your body hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why, you tweak something and it just hurts.
Right.
You know, so it's like little stuff like that I want to learn, you know. But, yeah.
Going into yours, do you have any?
So Tommy's
skill?
writing. Mine's more cooking. Actually, for me, writing is another thing I'm gonna start doing again because I used to do it.
Nice.
But cooking is more like that's because I've never done any
Nice
cooking in terms of like I know how to cook eggs,
right,
bacon,
right,
spam.
Hey, that's good enough,
rice,
man.
breakfasty stuff, kind of, you know.
Right. That is cooking.
Yeah.
Yes, it is cooking.
cooking.
But again, when I was talking about like dishes,
Yeah.
right, you know, entrees kind of thing, like here's a fucking chicken Alfredo fettuccine, and fucking there's just a chicken honey glazed jalapeno with pepper asparagus and whatever,
Right? Like that specialty stuff.
peppermint asparagus. I don't know what that tastes like.
Right.
But yeah, so
You know what? If you made it, I'd eat it, man. It sounds good already.
Is there anything, again, if there's a skill or something that you want to do again for you, Mike? Anything at all? Want to take it on again? Because, it was... You enjoyed it before, now because, life happens, you don't have time for it.
I mean... I would like to read some more. It's funny, I picked up a book the other day at work. I forget the actual title of it. But a girl at work had 2 books. She had this one book that I don't know the title of it. And then she had The Secret. And I was like, I watched The Secret. I was like, that's interesting that she got a book about The Secret. I was like, yeah, what's your internal dialogue? Like, don't you have one? Like, everyone has an internal dialogue, you know, and knows, like, what's your secret? Like, well, what are you about? You know? So, the other book was about this guy who I think probably died by now. But he had pancreatic cancer and he had 2 or 3 kids. And
The last lecture?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the video on that?
No.
Watch the YouTube video on it.
I read...
Randy Posh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read most of that book because I was sitting down in a certain area.
He had liver cancer.
Oh, I thought it was pancreatic.
No, he had liver cancer. They found 4 golf ball-sized tumors in his liver.
Oh.
So what happens is he makes that lecture. What's funny is the long and short is he makes a last lecture.
Right.
And he sits there and he starts talking about, like, finding your childhood dreams.
Right.
Going after doing this, yada, yada, yada. And at the end, no spoiler, he's been around for a while, he's like, this is the last lecture. He's like, by the way, this is not for you guys. This is for my kids.
Right.
Because he's going to pass away.
Right.
Like, they're like, you have this amount of time, or yada, yada, yada. And he actually has passed away since then. But his lecture now, you look back that he's dead, it's a lot more touching. And it makes you kind of sit there and be like, oh
Yeah,
my
see,
God.
but I didn't know that before I touched the book.
Yeah.
I just saw the
So you
book.
finished the book already?
No.
Oh.
I spent 3 hours of reading it and I got halfway through.
Just watch the YouTube video, the last lecture.
So,
And it'll blow you away.
I mean, even just reading it for 3 hours, I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this guy about? I was like, I feel bad because he probably is dead and not alive.
Mm.
But going back to what we just said about writing, it's like his last hurrah almost. And giving up his, you know, thing about his life, you know, and what life's about.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, this is awesome for me to read. And it was just weird because I was at work on the clock and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I was like, this is something I haven't done and wasn't able to do for a while. You know, it's like, reading is good. I didn't like to read when I was a kid, you know, but it's like when there's stuff like this, it's like, that's kind of like the knowledge and stuff that I want, you know, because I'm just like, yeah, like this feels good, you know, and I heard reading doesn't also just help you that way, but also helps you like organize things in your life and it helps you not be so stressed out about life, you know, because you can sit things in order, you know, so I was just like, maybe I need to get back into reading, you know, that's just like one thing that I'd like to do. Obviously, I like to get back to doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and getting back to my practice.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a little bit more yoga, maybe like try to do it twice a week, more than once a week.
Let's see, but you've been doing that though.
Yeah, but I want to continue to do more of
Yeah,
it.
you can continue. Yeah.
Because when I'm there, it's my time. It's
Right.
no one else's time, it's mine. You know, you can't take my yoga time away from me. You can't take my jiu-jitsu time away from me. Because that's something that is part of me. And because it's a part of me, I know I can, if I focus on myself, I can always give myself onto others. You know, and tell them about my life and help them out. You know, so it's always going through the structure of order of things, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so I mean,
Alright, so
jiu-jitsu is something I'd like to get back to, reading. Something I like to get
More
back to.
reading. Wow. Cooking, writing, reading.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Something we should all be doing and stuff. So yeah, that is that. Well, I mean, I guess that would be a skill. Yeah, writing would be a skill. Reading's not really. I guess reading would be a skill too, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
It's all pursuits of.
Yeah.
I think it's like just expanding your own. You know?
Yeah. So. Cooking, writing, reading. There is one thing that is kind of missing there, and that's seeing. And the next one that we're going to be talking about is
Bravo.
this requires
Bravo.
no seeing,
Hey.
no
Hey.
can't see for
Hey.
this one. So we're going to be talking
Does
a
it
little
require
bit.
gravity?
We're going to be talking a little bit about the Bird Box. This movie. So we've all seen it now, right?
Yeah,
You've seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. I know both of you guys have seen it before, and I finished it last week. Yeah, sometime last week. So we're gonna discuss this just a little bit because there's 2 movies, and we were gonna talk about it. I think 2 episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago when this dropped, because they dropped around the same time.
Yes.
Like within the same week, I think. You know, Bird Box dropped, and then I believe like Bandersnatch dropped like probably the same day or the following day or the day before, whatever it was. We were gonna talk about it, but since I haven't seen it, I couldn't really say anything about it. Have you seen Black Mirror Bandersnatch? No? Okay. We're not gonna spoil it, but
we'll talk
there's
about
still some discussion
like
that we
third
can
person
still,
perspective. Yeah.
that we can still do. So Bird Box, let's start with that. What did you guys think of it?
I can't see.
Right, yeah.
I need a Miss Congeniality. No, I'm joking.
I
I don't know.
What did you think?
I saw again, Brian. I'm gonna reference you. I saw Brian's review on it, and yeah, I agree. It's like, who are these things that everyone's seeing or running away from or
What?
dying from?
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, hello, there's nothing here. Why are you killing yourself? And then there's the crazies that are able to see, but we don't know what they're seeing. And then I don't know, Brian, I don't really agree with you on the whole, like, going back and forth kind of deal thing. Like, I was okay with that.
I wasn't.
You know, you weren't either, but I was. Like, okay, so you're giving me this beats, and then you're telling the story this way. But this is where they're at now. I was like, okay. And then it kind of all joined together in the middle. I was like, I get that. I like that. You know, I also like movies that start from, like, the ending, and then they go through the beginning and get back to the end.
Right.
Saving Private Ryan.
Right.
They start at the, memorial, and then they
Oh,
go
nice.
through the whole movie.
It
and
catches
come back.
up.
Right.
Okay.
So I like that. So I like the aspect that they went from two different ends and met in the middle, and then finished it. I was like, ooh, okay, I get it. But I think it needs some work. I'm no expert in how movies are made, but I was just like, it's kind of missing something. Like, I don't know what. I was like, okay, I don't know what they're running from. I don't know what they're dying from. It's a big, huge freaking question mark in my head.
Right.
And the ending, I was like, okay. I mean, it's gonna be a spoiler if no one watched it.
No, we're not going to spoil it.
Yeah, but it's just like the
it's
ending.
ironic. I'll tell you that much. It's a very ironic ending.
Question mark.
Interesting. That's the ending they're going with. Okay.
Yeah.
Daredevil would do amazing in this world.
Oh hell yeah! Heck yeah! Man, he was. Just,
I was so thinking of that. I was like, just get Matt Murdock up in there, man.
Yeah.
He's got this.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah. He'll stay in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, right? He'll own that shit, dude.
So our question is over here: is it good? Is it bad? Is it just okay?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Like I wrote in there, it's okay.
Yeah. I when I saw that, I'm like, oh, you're right. I should include it.
Yeah.
Tommy?
It's okay. You know what I thought?
Mm.
This was Netflix's version of Wanting to Be a Quiet Place. And instead of ears, it was eyes.
They're sights.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
The Quiet Place is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. With Emily Blunt? Oh, you haven't seen that one yet?
No.
Okay, go on. Okay. So, anyways, long story
But
short,
I've heard of it.
With what we're talking about, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Where A Quiet Place hit everything
Right.
and nailed it out of the park. This was like
That was awesome.
Bird Box had amazing acting. John Malkovich, Sandra Bullock, Keith Jardine was in there as one of the crazies. But the way it left me wanting more, I didn't want more. I was already like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm done with this. And here's the thing. Should have been at least 40 minutes shorter.
So it was 2 hours.
Yeah, if they
it's
did
2
it like
hours.
an hour or something like that, or just made it an hour, I probably would have been more, give it a higher score. This to me, I was just kind of like, all right, what's all the hype? I get it.
Yeah, that was the thing too. There was
a lot of
surrounding
hype. And I don't know if it lived up to the hype. I don't know.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I love all the memes.
The memes were amazing.
What did
Memes
you
were great.
guys give it?
If there was
a score.
Okay, so I gave it a 6.5.
Okay.
It was just okay for me. When I was watching this movie, I was like, okay, cool, this is interesting. And then, the movie kept going. It kept going. I was like, I feel like there's something missing.
Yes.
There's something missing that I don't know what it is,
I can't put my finger on
I can't
it.
put my finger on it, but there's something missing
Oh,
here.
you mean you can't see it?
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
Oh my god.
And as the movie went along, I was like, cool. You have some interesting characters that I actually do like and care about. But the thing that I didn't like that for you was okay was that all these characters that you see in the first half of the movie, technically, you already know that they were gonna die.
Yeah.
Because when it flashes forward, when it's just her and the kids, you're like, okay, well, one of the things that you find out in the very beginning is that she's pregnant, so
Yeah.
you're gonna assume that that's one of her kids.
Yeah.
And then eventually you find out that the other girl is pregnant.
Boy or girl?
Yeah, boy is her kid.
Boy.
Girl is not her kid.
Girl is not her kid.
And that's not a spoiler. You find that out real quick.
Yeah, and then you find out that one of the women that is part of their group is also pregnant, you know? And so it kind of takes away the suspense when it flashes forward, because at that point you're like, is it just them three?
Right.
So that means, you know, as a person who watch movies a lot, you're going to be like, so I'm just going to assume they're all dead now.
Right.
So technically, all these characters that you thought or think that were interesting are not even in the second half of the movie. So for me, I'm just like, well, fuck. These are the characters.
So weird.
These are the characters that I actually like. They're not even the second part of the movie. Why the fuck am I gonna care about this movie anymore?
Because I didn't even think of that.
And so
I think where Mike left off, I was like, I want to see what the fuck this
there's
is.
just some times where I was just like, I want to be Mike just because there's things where he's like, he doesn't catch things the way
I told
do.
you, I missed
And
it
so I'm
straight
just
all the
like,
time.
Man, I wonder how it's like in his mind.
Yeah.
So for me,
You don't want my mind. trust me.
I'm not saying I want your mind. I'm just saying like,
Hold on.
this,
Give me.
The glorious, like...
it's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
the wonder, whoa.
Yeah.
Mike's retarded.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But for me, I was just like, well, it takes away all that stuff already. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, great. There's that. And I agree with Brian. The first part of the movie was the strongest part of the movie.
Right.
Because you had all these characters
Yeah.
there, and they were playing off of each other. I like how no, we should do it this way. No, we should do it this way. Especially in the very beginning when they were trying to get people in the house.
Yeah.
There's already different
No.
ideas. No, because. You know, and then next thing you know,
Or how they went to their
stuff
food.
Stuff happened, and you're like, I was right.
Yeah.
You should have listened to me.
Yeah.
There's just that dynamic with all these characters a lot more interesting than her being very, very militant with her kids.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
just like, holy crap. Also,
Girl.
there was something about these creatures, or if they're supernatural, or if they're alien, whatever they are, that wasn't as scary as I thought they would be. They did say that it and it's kind of just like a throwaway kind of thing too. What's his character? I have it here. Where is he? No. Little Ray Howery, Charlie. Where he just started out this guy. Where he just started off saying, "Oh yeah, it's in all these
have you read these books?
legends,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
myths."
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was just like, "Oh, okay." So that's their explanation of things. Whereas in The Quiet Place, they tell you that's an alien invasion.
Right.
These things
Yeah.
are alien.
Exactly.
And these things they came here to take over.
Right.
For this, it's like, okay, cool. They show you their what is their motive?
Right.
Besides showing you fear, you know, and first of all, what is this
Yeah.
thing, right? And
So
I'm
many
not saying you
questions.
need to answer all these questions. You
gotta
know,
need some
and you
type
don't
of
you don't
motive,
need
though.
to see
Yeah.
the monster, the creature, or this supernatural being, or whatever it is, this entity, right? One of the best things about Jaws is that you didn't see the shark
Yeah, exactly.
at all,
Until
and until the end, and then even that it was just like a quick shot.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's that suspense in that this movie was not having, even though they were trying for it.
Yeah.
I just feel like they didn't execute it very well.
Right.
And also, if I wanted to know what her fear was.
Yeah.
Like, sure, she didn't really see it. You know, obviously they were blindfolded all the time. But how about the people that that did see it, like her sister.
Yeah.
What was her fear?
Yeah.
I low-key wanted to see that. You know,
or better yet, the people that are the bad people
that kind of converted,
yeah, exactly,
and are now
how are they living? What's going on with that? And then I'm
like,
like, is Batman gonna survive in this shit? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
So for me, there was just all these things. I was like, it was just, I was just like,
oh my gosh.
It's just one of those things where I was just like, I don't know. Again, something was missing, and then the ending was actually very ironic in my opinion. So, that's how they're gonna end this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's
Okay,
what I
okay.
said.
They have a superpower officially now.
Yeah, technically. I mean, it's cool. You know, it plays off of the idea of
oh gosh.
not everyone like for A Quiet Place. They were playing off of the people that were deaf, and now you know you can do not do but that there is a purpose
Right.
when signing.
Yeah.
You know, that is another language that a lot of people are not accustomed to, but is there.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's actually one of the things. I might not do it this year, if anything.
Learn how to
but
sign.
learn how to sign.
It is another language.
It is
Yeah.
ASL,
Yeah.
American Sign
Yeah,
Language.
it's very cool.
Jim
and-
Jeffries.
And it's one of those things where
Oh shit.
Nice, man. You're on camera now.
Whoops.
uh,
You're on
the-
camera.
I actually have just a little side note. I actually have a coworker that's deaf.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not nice, but I meant like.
No, we get it.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean that. I meant like nice is for you to experience.
Yeah.
You know,
So
seeing that.
It would have been awesome if I knew how to sign, because for them, you know, people just like write things. For them, like it's an effort for you to just sign, and they can see that you're trying.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, but anyways, the way A Quiet Place did that for these people is groundbreaking. But for this movie, the fact that it's a movie, and let's say, okay, if you are blind or you can't see, how can you relate to this movie because you can't fucking see this movie?
That's a good
great
point.
That's what I'm saying, right?
That's a good point.
So for me, I was like, oh, that's interesting. A Quiet Place did it well because you can sign.
Yes.
So even for deaf people, you don't need to watch
Yeah.
A Quiet Place with music.
Yeah.
You can literally see what they're
Yeah.
talking about.
Like,
sure, there's gonna be intent that you're gonna miss the music. I get that, but the way John Krasinski was signing with his daughter
Yeah.
is a lot more. It's groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
You know, for this movie. Yes, the ending is ironic. We're not going to spoil it here
No.
for the people. I'm sure everyone watched it already, since this is like fucking.
It was huge.
Oh my, it was huge.
Netflix
out of
released
nowhere.
data about how much it was being watched.
It was insane.
And they never do that.
But guess what? Blind people can't watch this movie.
Yeah, right, huh?
So what does that do for them?
Isn't it ironic?
Exactly.
Don't you think?
So.
They
But yeah.
saw. That's why.
So for me, yeah. So this movie was just okay. It's not a bad movie. I don't think it is. Like I said, the very first part was the strongest part of this movie. The second
Yeah.
part was just like, alright, cool. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's a good movie. Again, it's an okay movie. It's a mediocre movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's
So.
the way I see it is, for me, a really, really good movie is a re-watching movie.
Yeah.
Like if there's something in there, I'm gonna go re-watch it. Be like, oh, I missed this. I missed this. I'm not gonna rewatch this.
No,
I'm
this
sorry.
is I
Or
was
an episode.
This is a movie that if I do see it, it's not a midnight movie. It's not one of those movies.
No.
But if I do see it on TV, it's a background movie.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
put it there. It's like, oh, it's this scene. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You know.
You know what it also remind me of? There's a movie that came out in 2008. And
Brian did say this. I think you might actually say.
no, I don't know if I connected because I didn't watch that. But for me, there's a movie that came out in 2008.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
What do you got? What do you got?
Because I can
Yeah,
see
you
it
see
right
it.
there. That's the one thing that I actually.
You thought of that too?
I thought of that too.
I thought of that
instantly.
exactly.
After the movie,
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
this
is it?
is that?
Yeah.
The Happening.
The Happening, M. Night Shyamalan with Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg. A lot of
Yeah.
people missed it, but here's the thing. I feel like somebody watched that movie is like, I can make this better.
They
You know
didn't.
what? We can do this. Here's what we do. All right?
But they didn't.
Yeah.
That's so yeah. That's actually once I watched Brian's review and he said that literally right after he said it, I texted him right away.
Yeah.
It's like, you took the words right
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
And I haven't even seen his review, and that's what I thought of.
Yeah, that's what I thought
So-
too. And I was like, I should go back to doing movie reviews on my channel. And he was
Yeah.
like, you should, and I'm like, no. But yeah, that's that. I thought about that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, there was something missing about that, and it kind of just left you, okay,
Yeah.
Hanging.
eh.
There was a lot missing. A
Yeah,
lot missing.
Too many questions.
Well, not questions.
I don't even mind about the questions.
Yeah,
It's just like
it just wasn't.
it was trying to
You
hit
wanna-
all these marks, and it just didn't. Hit
And you know what I felt like it was?
It was just like
It was
fell
somebody
short.
did this. They
Fell
were like,
short.
"Hey, I got an idea for a movie. I have an idea. Let's do The Quiet Place, The Happening. Let's do all this stuff. We got a great big blockbuster like artist or star, and here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna show them.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think of that?
Here's your
I
secret.
mean, I feel like
Hold on.
yeah, I feel like there's. I mean, because it's based off of a book.
Yeah.
So they were going off of a book, but I mean, I feel like they could have done all these other options.
Yeah.
Maybe to kind of
Something more.
Something
maybe
more.
even a little bit like
maybe maybe like I don't know what it
because
is.
you got to see. It's funny. You got to
Let's
see in The Quiet Place what was going on,
What was going
and then
on.
when that happens, you're like, oh, okay. This you're just still kind of like, okay, I didn't get to climax. I didn't get there, and I actually don't care.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what? I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
No replay value.
I'd be right
Yeah.
around there, yeah.
Speaking of this movie that could have had more options. This next movie did have options. Plenty of options.
You are on fire today, sir.
And this movie is the next movie we're going to discuss pretty quickly too. Well, not quickly, but Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
yes.
Now, I know you said you haven't seen it, Mike.
No, not yet. But I
it's-
saw
it's-
your little snippets.
Oh, yeah, I did do some. It's a very interesting movie. I thought it was a good movie. It's not, I'm not sure, I don't know if it was a groundbreaking movie in a sense that this is a type of movie that's maybe first of its kind. I'm not sure if any movie's done this before.
I feel in a weird way other movies have, but not on this level of mass. Yeah, well, not interactivity, but mass. Like a mass amount of people on Netflix are able to do this.
Right.
And that's where I was like, oh shit, like video game players and all that. There's nothing new to this. Like Mass Effect has this or whatever you want to
Yes.
fucking call it.
It does have that.
Yeah, but this
it's a
was
movie,
This movie specifically for the mass amount of people that have probably never ventured this way are gonna be like,
Wait, what? I have an
what?
option?
And it's what? Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
and I have an option. So this movie,
It's not a spoiler because they talk about it.
this young guy is trying to make a video game.
Yeah,
So he gets very
video gaming.
very video gamey, but later on in the movie it gets very meta.
Yes,
Like super meta. You're just
Yes.
like, whoa.
What do you mean by meta?
That's the one thing I want you to actually watch it.
Yes,
Because
please
when,
watch
when
it.
when it gets very meta, that's where it gets like, okay. And
yeah.
when you talk about meta,
Okay.
it's when people think meta, I'm already thinking like, okay, I think I already know where this is kind of heading. But besides that, this movie it did hit some of the parts where, again, it's a good movie. I don't know if it's groundbreaking or anything, but the fact that I am a gamer, it hit that kind of that
Replay value?
not a
or,
replay value. What's that word I'm looking for?
Well, it hits the soul.
enjoyment factor?
Yeah, pretty much that
It's
nittiness, like, there's
interactive
oh, crap.
feeling, you
Yeah.
know? That
Yeah.
was actually my comment is, I don't know the statistics on this, but I feel that a lot of movies, especially when you're at home, could benefit from something like this.
Yeah.
Because it gives somebody, if we live in an ADD world and an ADD culture,
I have
Yeah.
ADD.
right? But you're able to go in there and have almost...
A controlling way. or
Yeah,
factor.
exactly.
Yeah.
A very interactive, almost kind of like emotional feeling of the
Like
character.
you have
control of the person's
control.
destiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
and
pure,
they play on that stuff
yeah,
later on.
making a video game.
Yeah. And so for me, when I was watching this movie, the first 3 minutes,
Yeah.
you get an option.
Yeah, and you're like,
And
what
a
the
minute
fuck?
later, you have an option too. You're just like, holy crap. And you talk about the replay value. Now I want to go back
Yeah,
because
and-
they've said it before is that there's multiple endings,
Yeah.
and I want to see all these multiple endings.
Yeah.
And it's a fairly short movie. It's an average movie. You know, it's like an hour 20 minutes, I think. So
But
it's
all the little things in there.
all the little things in there.
Yeah.
And there's a certain part of the movie where it. Okay, I'm not gonna say that much because
Yeah,
because
leave
it does. You're just like, okay, I'm. This is that again.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. So that's
What
all
are
I'm gonna
they
say.
doing?
What are they doing? Yeah, and then you go back and you're just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what am I doing right now?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then that's where it gets very meta, and you're just
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And it gets a lot more interesting towards the end.
I'm sober, but wow.
Yeah, but it's cool having that kind of control. Like, again, as a gamer, you control these characters,
Yeah.
right? And you have that sense of I don't want to say freedom, but again, control. Like you're doing this, you're doing that. You have control over a thing. And when you're watching a movie, you don't think about control. The story is being told to you. The story's already laid out.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. This is the middle. This is the end. But in this movie, it does.
Sorry.
Talk about control.
Talk about control. Mike had no control of that. That was just body
Sorry.
reflexes. he just had to let it go.
Welcome to
Let
the
it go.
Video Just Talk podcast.
But for this movie, the fact that it's a movie again,
Yeah.
the fact that you do have control over not even just the characters, but just the movie itself,
You know
and you're
what's funny?
doing choices. You're just like,
I wanted to label it as something else other than movie.
yeah, that's the thing. It's
You know
not
what I
a
mean?
video
Like,
game.
It's not a video game. It's not a movie. You know what came to my mind exactly? Remember when we was talking about Ready Player One and he goes into the character?
Mm.
For some reason, that came to my mind where I was like, this isn't a movie because you have to be interactive with this movie.
Yeah.
But it's not a video game because not everything is like 100% free
Well,
of
it's almost
choice
like
for
a
you.
new genre then.
It's something.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's definitely a mixture of like
And
a
it
video
works-
game and a movie.
And
you know,
it works
whatever,
perfectly well for streaming.
a video game movie.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Well, whoever's
interactive
watching this
television.
or going to watch
interactive.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interactive.
Interactive
entertainment or whatever.
So whoever's gonna watch this, we need to know like what you think, like those movies are as far as a genre. Like,
How about a
what-
name?
Yeah,
Like
what
a
would you
name for it.
name that genre?
yeah,
I
no,
mean, because we can come up with a new term here.
Interactive movies.
interactive movies. Sure.
You know.
I mean, that's definitely one of them. But
It was
it's-
it was my PlayStation.
It was very. It was very
Oh
interesting.
my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like looking back at this movie, and like 10 years from now, we look back at this movie. This is gonna be, if this is gonna be one of those things where that's gonna branch off to a new way of watching movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
Definitely.
I don't know how it's gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna do very well. It might be like a phase kind of.
I don't
Because again,
see.
I feel like the movies is its own
It would definitely
medium.
Have to be streaming.
Yeah.
Television is its own medium.
Yeah.
Gaming is its own medium.
I think
Books, comic books, these are all different
Yeah.
mediums. Now, trying to combine a movie and having some kind of interactive control over it is interesting.
Can
But I
you-
also feel like it can be production-wise, it can be
A headache.
it can be a headache.
Yeah.
You know,
But
especially
can
with
you
the
imagine
multiple endings and
going
shit.
to the movie theater, having
Well,
a remote.
Right. That's where I was going to. It's like,
I don't
okay, if
think
you
you
were gonna
could do that in the movie theater. This
No, I
is
think this is
exclusively
for you.
streaming.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is
exclusive
like
for you.
because streaming where streaming is going, this is like I really enjoyed this on the streaming platform.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't
don't
think you can watch it any other way.
No, I don't think you could watch it any other way.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting because if you watch it with the group of people, go left, go right, pick the left one, pick the right one, it becomes kind of interesting. That's the fun thing right
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, well, and that's where the whole replay value goes,
Yes.
right? So the next time I do, eventually I will watch this again.
Yeah.
Try to get a different ending. Because
Yeah.
I actually wrote down all my choices.
Which way you went? Yeah.
I wrote down all my choices, and then so next time I'm gonna go the opposite
Yeah.
way and see what kind of ending. I would
Especially
get.
with certain situations where you're like, I'm going right.
Yeah, yeah.
How many
and so
choices are there?
There's a lot. Oh, let's see. I can
Yeah, you can
pull it up. I can pull it up right now.
Because if you do,
You play video games, so you'll enjoy this.
Yeah,
Trust
most
me.
likely.
You'll enjoy
But,
Yeah,
it.
it's
what-
interesting.
but-
Yeah,
It'll
interesting.
No.
it'll hit that chord where
Sure.
you're like, oh.
But I'm getting to the point of if there's, I mean, everyone has done math in high school. but it's like you could do outcomes or like
Well, yeah, I
probability.
mean,
It's
see,
like,
the funny thing is, the reason why you're also going to enjoy it is because you played Mass Effect. And once you played Mass Effect, and you've kind of been like, oh, there's this many endings, and you've mastered how to do that.
well, it's even the characters.
Yeah.
You can play the girl and get with the girl.
Right.
Or,
This is going to
play a girl
appeal
and get
to
the
you
guy.
from the same perspective.
right.
Once again, though, how many endings? Yada yada yada.
So there's 20 choices
Uh,
and some.
uh,
And
some.
and some
and some.
And-
let's say that. And some.
There you go. There's 20 choices.
Yeah,
there's
and
20
some.
choices and some
And some.
And some.
and the
And you'll know what the
you'll
and
know
some
the
is.
because when it happens, you're like,
Oh,
wait, what?
what the? Yeah.
Am I okay?
Wait, did you take pictures of it or did you write them down?
I wrote them
Wrote
down.
them down.
I didn't take pictures.
Don't worry. The and some.
It's the interesting part.
Yes. Where you're like, huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you
Did
just
you
like,
watch it?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
okay.
okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm like, because you have to watch it to get there. Like, huh? For
Yeah.
you, your line of.
I think his mind's gonna fucking.
No, his will be like, what the fantastic?
Yeah,
like, holy
yeah.
shit!
Mine-
Where am I?
Yeah, mine is gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, you're gonna get that
No,
text like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, holy
something.
shit!
Yeah, something. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna just blow your mind.
How you are
No,
finally
yeah.
catching
Yes,
up
how
to
you
Game
are.
of Thrones is gonna be Bandersnatch.
Yeah, how you are
Trust
with,
me.
especially with this
Yes.
one. Fudge, you're gonna be
Yes.
like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, I started, what, like 2 weeks ago?
For what?
Game of Thrones.
Got.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's doing well. He's
Ooh.
almost done.
Oh.
This is crazy. So when it comes back, we are throwing down
Yeah,
on
I'm on
here.
yeah.
season 6, episode 8.
Yes.
You're in season 6 already?
Yes.
Holy
Crazy, right?
Shit.
Do you think I remember how long it took us to get there?
Yeah.
just watching
Yeah,
it
dude,
live.
yeah.
Forget
Oh
that,
my
man.
god.
I'm so happy
So yeah,
that
I feel like
got
this movie is gonna be again right now. It's a movie.
What-
it's,
what-
it's a
what did
movie.
you-
It's an interactive movie.
What did you
but
give it?
I would give it a 7.5. It's a good
Really?
movie. Again, I feel like
It's worthy to watch.
it's definitely worthy to watch, especially if you're a gamer. I think that it'll
Hit the soul.
hit your gaming fix, I should say.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I haven't played like a recent console in a while.
Right. And I feel like, looking back at this movie, it's going to be one of those things where, like, they did something groundbreaking
Yeah.
at that time. It's going to be one of those things that's going to go down as a classic.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that it's a Black Mirror in that series,
Yeah.
that world.
Which
it's
is
even
what-
more...
yeah.
It's even more...
Designing a video game.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
even
mean?
more, in the zeitgeist of things, especially now.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah, no,
I gave it a solid 8.
I probably would have. I honestly, I haven't even thought about like. I think I'd probably give it an 8 too. I wouldn't mind giving it an 8. I think it's a really good movie, and I think hitting all those marks, I was like, holy crap!
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's something new, something different, but I think they pulled it off.
Yeah.
And again, it goes with the whole theme of what Black Mirror
Yes,
is.
exactly.
So I think looking back from 10 years from now, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, this movie, that was a classic.
That was the one
That was the one that
started
kind of,
it all.
whatever. If it's gonna take off,
Yeah.
it's gonna start doing this kind of thing.
It was the
It was
Genesis.
it was Black Mirror Bandersnatch was that classic movie.
That's why I gave it an 8. For
Yeah,
me
yeah.
specifically, 8 is because of things to come. If
Yeah.
this is something of things to come.
Yeah, yeah.
2, how it's on a mass streaming platform.
Right.
There's people that like outside of video game players that have never experienced something like this
Right.
that are Black Mirror fans that are kind of like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, for sure.
Those 2 things, I was like, okay, this is a solid 8 because of not just even the story is amazing, in my opinion. There's some stuff where you're like, oh, okay, but because of almost where it's at and what can be, evolved into the next generation or whatever, that to me was a solid.
Okay, I know you sold me. I think if anything, I'll do 8 or 8.5.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. It's great. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a politician screwing a pig.
It's a great movie.
Choose
Again,
A, yes, or B.
again, this is gonna go down as
Right
a classic.
or left.
It's a classic. Looking back 10 years from
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Another classic that just came out is the PlayStation classic. And we're gonna talk about it just a little bit because we never really got to talk about it. And
I heard a review of it, and I was like, ugh.
full view. Okay, what's the review?
Controllers don't have joysticks.
Okay,
Which
it's
is
a
really weird.
PlayStation Classic.
Yeah, but there's
PlayStation
games
1.
on there. How are you supposed to play a racing game without joysticks?
Oh,
Please
neat.
tell me.
With the fucking directional.
Did you?
buttons,
Were you
though.
big?
No.
Hold on.
No.
Were you really big into PlayStation?
When I got my PS2, I got
Thank you.
Yeah,
You started with the PS2.
Doesn't matter.
It does
a little
matter.
bit. It does a little bit.
It
Actually.
does
It's
matter.
still
It does.
PlayStation.
No.
It's still PlayStation.
No.
Mm-mm.
There's a significant difference to like
No.
PlayStation
yes,
mythos.
No.
Actually, yes.
I'm gonna disagree. And I'm gonna
I
say
fucking
no.
disagree 100% completely with you.
That's okay.
That's fine
But
too.
you got the PlayStation.
But you never.
2.
Yeah,
You didn't
can't, You
start-
can't speak for the PlayStation if you started with PS2.
I-
It's like saying, "Oh, I have the GameCube."
Right.
The GameCube is completely different from the SNES.
Right.
You can't compare the two for the controllers.
You can't. You really can't.
It's just how I don't know how you play. You know. a
Exactly,
racing
because
game
you've never
with
actually
joysticks.
experienced it. I did.
Yeah.
I played with the directional buttons
Yeah.
with the fucking.
And that was
Need for
huge.
Speed.
It was
Yeah.
huge.
It was fucking hard.
And there's
Yes.
symbols instead of letters on the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just press X.
Anyways, so the
Circle.
review that you saw, or that you read.
Yes.
No, I saw.
What was
I
it?
saw it on YouTube.
Okay, you
that's,
saw
that's
it.
basically it. Doesn't
Okay.
have any joysticks.
Okay.
That's about it. I mean, not all the games are there.
That would
Metal-
be my only.
Yeah, Metal Gear was there, but what about everything else?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I bought it.
And
I actually still haven't even touched it. I bought
Oh
it.
my gosh!
I get it. I get
bought
it.
it.
Got stuff to
First
do.
of all, I've played most of those games already.
Yeah, exactly.
If I know I haven't played all of them, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mhm.
6,
Mhm.
7,
There's like
8,
20, isn't there?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I played 13 out of the 20 games.
There's 20 games.
I played 13 out of the 20 games for this. So here's the thing. As far as all the ones that's not there, you know, your classic like Tomb Raider,
Yep.
your Crash Bandicoot,
Yep.
your Spyro,
Yep.
all those things.
That's.
Guess what, guys? There's remastered versions now.
Yes. Which is funny.
Also, there's licensing issues.
There's hacking.
But also there's that.
A lot of
which I
hacking
will
going
get
on
to
right now.
in a little bit.
Yes.
So
On the PlayStation Classic?
Yes.
So
A lot of it going on.
So all these things that you
I'm
thought.
curious about that.
When you think of PlayStation, again, PlayStation, not PlayStation 2.
Yes.
PlayStation. There's certain games that you're like, oh, that was the game that I played in PlayStation. Again, like Crash Bandicoot,
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VII. Again, all the Metal Gear Solid,
Gear
all
Solid. At
these
least they
games
got-
that you think about when
Yeah.
you think of PlayStation. How come that's not there? Well, the easy answer is that all these games are actually remastered already. They're you can play them in a better quality, better version of themselves, and they're out on the new consoles. You know, like Crash Bandicoot came out last year. Spyro, I believe, came out last year also. Tomb Raider. There's new Tomb Raiders now. You can catch up on.
Right. And
so-
movies.
And and movies. And so, as far as like trying to play all those ones that you thought of that should be on this console, they're out there.
Yeah.
You know, also the whole licensing issues and all that stuff.
That I feel was a big.
That was a big thing. Again,
yes.
if they were already doing remastered versions,
Yeah.
why are they going to put it here?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So there's a lot of other podcasts that I listened to, and they were talking about how basically this is like, well, we can't have that game here. Let's just throw in this game here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
This will fill that.
this will fill that hole
Yeah.
kind of thing. Again, there are still games here that still again like Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, Tekken 3, Twisted Metal, Final Fantasy VII. Again, these are games that when you think of PlayStation, it's still there. They're still there.
It will also do. It hits everything.
It
hits
hits everything. My question was it worth $100?
I would say
That was the thing, and I would agree with you on that one. I don't think it was worth $100. The SNES Classic, even and the NES Classic, they were I think 70 or 60 or 70 or 80.
Mhm.
This one was $100.
No, I wouldn't pay
And
that.
so I was just like, ooh, that's why in a sense I didn't pre-order it.
Mm.
Obviously, when they first announced it, you didn't even know the games.
No.
They didn't even
Which
release
was
the
weird.
games.
I was like,
And you're just like, what's going to be in these games? But I want it.
Yeah.
I want it, so people pre-ordered it. I did it because I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. And then the list came out, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, is it worth $100?
No Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the first thing I said. I was like,
yeah, no,
wasn't Crash
the
mascot of PlayStation for, a whole bunch of years?
Yes,
and no Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
So,
He's a fox, right?
he's a
Bandicoot.
He's like,
He looks like a fox, right? He's orange.
He looks like
tall.
Tasmanian Devil.
But he has shoes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Red sneakers.
See,
Red-
see,
he's
this
orange.
is
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
this is why you can't speak for it.
Yes.
Like, this is why can't you play joysticks with because you didn't experience it,
Yeah,
so you
it
can't
was-
say anything.
It was very like PlayStation is for certain people a piece of their childhood as Nintendo was for a piece of their childhood.
Yes, exactly.
It hit that
So
certain.
I get your
Well, I played Twisted Metal.
yeah, but see, you were playing it with a joystick already.
Yeah.
See, you never experienced it playing it with directional buttons, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Where you had to hold two buttons down and get that perfect
so
turn
weird. Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, so this frustrating. So
The
weird.
down arrow and the other arrow.
Yeah.
Down and left,
Yeah.
down and right.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Up and right.
yeah.
Just
If you're
got-
trying to take over something, it's,
Try to go
it
like
was
diagonal.
fucking,
Yeah.
It was fucking
Like
annoying.
the SNES.
There's
some
some
of the
stuff.
games.
There's some stuff.
Exactly.
You're trying to like go diagonal and you're like pressing the top, the
Yeah.
ends of the right and the top button at the same time.
Sadly, I didn't buy the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah.
I
But
I wouldn't pay $100.
yeah,
for
I
it.
wouldn't
Yeah,
pay.
that-
But it went down in price.
it did.
It went down on price. It went down to $60.
Yeah.
Which is one video game.
Yes.
So now, when that came down, I jumped on it right away, and I'm like, yes, that is worth $60.
Yeah, exactly.
I would actually even pay $70 for it, especially all these games that you can play again. But now there's actually that you can actually hack this thing.
There you go. That's what
You
I'm
can
talking
actually
about.
hack this
That
thing.
is the fun part right there.
Didn't tell.
You do tell you.
So
don't
you
buy it
basically
up.
people have found a way. Do you remember back in the day how you could modify your
You
GameCube?
still can.
Yeah. Imagine doing that with the new PlayStation. So any game that you want to put on there, you can put on there. And what's cool about that is now the PlayStation that was the PlayStation that you were growing up with becomes your dream PlayStation that you have every single game and access to. My thing that I was
So
going to
an
mention
emulator or what?
Sure. There's a whole bunch of ways. I haven't looked into the specifics, but people are talking about hacking it and all that. But this is the thing that I was going to say. What I would have done is instead of PlayStation be like, these are the games, I would have had a whole bunch of gamers vote on what games
Yes,
they
they
think
should've-
should go
Yes.
on the PlayStation.
Yes.
And that would have boosted sales on another level.
Oh,
agree to
absolutely.
Because the amount of people that wanted these games, I know it fits every genre, but there are games specifically missing that if they put on the PlayStation Classic, would have been worth, in my opinion, $100.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII
Right
is
there.
on there.
Oh.
I was thinking more of Crash Bandicoot, Resident Evil 2.
See, that's the
Spyro?
thing. Resident Evil 2 is getting a remake.
Yeah, they're
That's
gonna. But see, for me, playing that on the
Yeah.
PlayStation,
Yeah, no, for sure.
there was something very nostalgic about
Yes,
that.
yes,
Also,
yes. But with now, you know, that you can
Yeah,
hack it.
exactly.
It's pretty much you're there.
so,
You're there.
so I think if they did have people vote on it, the hype would have.
oh,
been,
dude, if you had people voting on this, like, what's your 20
yeah,
games that you would put
yes.
there?
Please vote.
And then from there, kind of sift through it and
Yes.
see, like, okay,
Yes,
everyone
now-
has this game.
now we're
boom,
talking.
That's gonna be that 20
Yeah,
game.
and that would have
For
boosted
sure.
sales because
I
the
think
hype
so,
is like,
too.
you know what it is? The fans are choosing the system. Here's the funny thing: Nintendo does their own thing, so you're kind of like, all right, whatever. They're old Japanese guys. But PlayStation had that cool vibe of like, we're gonna be anti-Nintendo. We're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna get a whole bunch of
Also
cool games.
Japanese.
Also Japanese. But they had that like kind of like a little bit of like a rebellion thing. Like they're doing a disk drive and there's no letters, there's symbols. That was cool.
Memory cards.
Yeah, memory cards. Holy shit. That's
Everybody
another
knows memory cards.
one.
For playing PS2,
Yeah.
I know what it's like to not have a memory card and you're like, great, I need to turn this off and I'm going to have to restart all over again.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I get that. Or even playing N64 at the time. It's like,
Yeah.
See,
I don't have a memory card to save for this game. Like, what
Yeah.
am I supposed to do?
I want an N64 Classic Edition.
That would be interesting.
I would buy that.
That'd
For
be
me,
interesting.
just that remote.
See now how many
4
games are going to
controllers?
be on there.
Yeah. There's
So-
one game right now
What do you
Then
think
you have to
about
have GoldenEye.
There it is. That's the
You
first
have to
game.
Have, you have to have Perfect Dark.
Yep. Gotta have Mario.
Gotta have Mario 64.
Mario 64.
You have Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Mario Party?
You gotta have Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
You gotta have Conker's Bad Fur Day.
That's
Six right there.
That one, I don't know if it'll make it on there because it was like a rated like teen. You know what I mean?
That's true. You're right.
That's a
You're
little bit
right.
hard.
You're
I would.
right.
That was a fun
That
fucking
would be
game.
awesome.
But in general,
You're
like there's like a bush there that's shaped like a dick, and you're just
Yeah.
kind of flying with the bird, and you're like.
I feel like if they were to make it in the next 3 years, Pokemon Snap would make it.
Okay.
Because that was a big thing for it too.
The original Smash Brothers.
Yes,
The
yes,
original.
original.
Not all this original.
The original
It's funny,
Smash.
my sister still has her N64.
Yeah.
And
The
like,
original Smash Brothers.
yeah, I could totally just go, if I was there, I could totally play
So
it.
fun. So
It
fun.
is.
Legend of Zelda. Ah!
Oh,
But see,
yeah.
here's
Yes,
the
yeah,
thing.
you're right.
You want the first one or like
Both.
okay,
You do
okay,
both.
okay.
Mhm.
God, now I'm thinking. I'm like, that's the
Yeah, I mean,
that right there,
yeah, right there, yeah,
I'm done for like.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's funny because like
Yeah.
I was listening to this podcast and they were like, "Oh man," so you know, in a way you're kind of going through the console ages, right?
Yeah.
Because the next one, if there was another console that was gonna make a classic edition, it would be the N64.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, yeah,
That's a hard one. Dreamcast is not so much for me.
I don't know.
I would say a
I-
PlayStation 2 classic.
I love playing Dreamcast because you could play House of the Dead
Okay.
and you can get the gun. And you could literally, it would register through your TV.
it's not gonna sell.
It's interesting.
It probably won't, but I mean, I would love that. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
yeah.
When I knew that House of the Dead 2 was on there. And I was like, that game's in an arcade.
Yeah.
That is not something that
Yeah.
I could just play every day. And look, you get a gun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Game on.
Yeah. You know what for me was when that happened? Time Crisis. Where you had to
Ooh,
go
Oh,
and
yeah,
actually clicked.
yeah.
I was like, it's clicking.
My cousin actually had Time Crisis
Yeah.
on PlayStation 2, and he had the guns.
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
still my
So,
favorite arcade game.
Yeah.
Did you see that one guy that was all in tech gear at an arcade?
Yeah.
And literally shooting
Yeah.
and like putting the gun up and like actively like reloading.
Nice.
And going back to the screen.
So cool,
I'm like,
man.
oh, dude, that's
So-
But yeah,
cool.
PlayStation Classic, worth $100? I don't think so.
No.
But worth $60? I think so. Now it's actually 55 now.
Should
I
have
think
voted
it's
on
going
the
down-
games.
It's going down.
Should have voted on the games to let
So
them
yeah,
in.
PlayStation Classic, was it worth it? Debatable. Was it the best thing that they could have done, like in terms of picking the games? Not really, but you know, it's now I think it's worth it. But when it originally came out just a month ago, I don't think it was $100. I don't think it was worth $100. What is worth it though? But in this instead of playing a game, listening to something. What is this thing that you put over here that is worth listening
Have
to?
you guys checked it out yet?
No.
No.
Remember I had that one the other night. What was it Darkest Night?
Nothing.
This is one that's put out by Marvel.
Okay.
Wolverine: The Long Night.
Ooh, tell us about it.
So just think of it like a story about Wolverine, but imagine it in audio form. Like Wolverine's walking through a forest and you get to hear him grunting and just all of the stuff around him, and then he gets into a fight. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, like in a comic form there's the visualization and stuff, and
Right.
in the movies you get the whole shebang. But there's something about audio. Like when you get to hear it and you get to hear Wolverine just in this audio form, and they do the same thing with Darkest Night if you guys haven't heard it, where it's still on the different ears. This is really cool from the Marvel perspective and kind of like a superhero perspective.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening in the Marvel universe and all that kinds of stuff, I mean, it's amazing, don't get me wrong, but this is just something that's just a little bit different.
Right.
It's not a visual representation. All comic books have been visual representations.
Yeah.
This is an audio one. So if you get a chance to check it out,
Get a chance.
Get a chance to check it out.
Good chance.
Just look on the podcast, Marvel Wolverine: The Longest Night.
Nice.
It's
That is,
you know, it's awesome. I like it. I know it's not gonna be for everyone because they want the visual side, but it's
Of course.
really cool.
But you get to use your imagination.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's like that's a cool thing. It's like, okay, yeah, let me just use my own brain and like I get to be there.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like I hate saying it, but the Twilight Saga. It's like I pictured everybody differently. But it's just that factor, you know. Especially Ready Player One. That's another one.
Yeah.
It's like I pictured it totally different, you know, with some of the things that they said.
Yeah.
You know, and then especially whenever we did our episodes early before about that, our characters, what we wanted on for Ready Player One. It's just, woof, like, look what I can do, you know. That was kind
You know what this would be perfect for? If you could go back in time and there wasn't any visual representation for Wolverine, if you could listen to this first,
Oh, interesting.
it would give you a completely fresh perspective.
Is he wearing yellow?
No, well, yeah, you know, but see, that's the thing is when people visualize Wolverine, is it is it the cartoon version? Is it, you know, Hugh Jackman? Is it, you know, the
comics?
Yeah,
That's it.
what is it? But this, for somebody, imagine somebody that could never, you know, it'd be cool to like have a blind person that could never visualize Wolverine, have them listen to it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And hear, like, have them describe, like, what do you think Wolverine looks like?
Yeah.
That's what I would like to have. Nice, fresh perspective.
That'd be so cool if there was
that'd
like
be
a
awesome.
machine that could help him draw it out.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, someone that can't see or never seen before, you know, depict what somebody looks like.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean, it's a weird tangent, but a weird thing to think of. But I think that'd be amazing. To be like, this is what you see. Like, that's cool because like you don't have eyes. You've never seen like a physical person before, but this is what you picture them.
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine that happening. That could definitely happen soon.
Or like, a blind person gets stuck to a 3D printer.
Well, they have. Yeah, that's true too. Like they have things that make people that are deaf hear now.
Right. Yeah.
They're working on stuff for the eyes. It's gonna happen. It's just technology needs to catch up to it. Yeah. They're gonna have the guy from Star Trek. The whole guys there. The Reading Rainbow guy. Lamar Burton.
I think so. I don't know. So now we are. With all this said,
Okay, is that two bars? Did I see 2 bars? Or
It's
1 bar?
2 bars.
Okay,
So,
alright.
but that's good because we are now wrapping it up.
We're in the end game now?
We're in the end game now.
Gosh.
And this just pretty much just like our 100th episode, like reflections kind of thing. Like a look back
Yes.
to our journey so far.
Yes.
For 100 episodes.
Recap.
And again, this is going to be the first time that we're doing this on video. Again, very
People get to
amateurish,
see.
as you can see.
It looks amazing.
And onwards and upwards kind of thing.
Yes.
So I see there was a thing here.
Well, I think
which is-
what Toy Story said the best, to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. There we go. But we're just going to be looking back and reflecting on what has happened in the 100 episodes so far.
Oh, man.
So I guess what we should start with is so I want to say, let's see. So I'm not sure if it was you, Tommy, or Mike. Someone put let's start with favorite moments.
That's Tommy.
Let's go with
Favorite
favorite
moments?
moments. Let's go with favorite moments.
Favorite
What's
moments.
One of your favorite moments. I think there's definitely one favorite moment that we all have that we can all agree
Oh,
with.
totally, dude.
Yeah.
For me,
Diphilia.
yeah, that's a good one. That's
Okay,
my
yeah.
second one. I Chewie.
Yeah.
Me Chewie showing up.
Right.
Like that to me was like holy shit, he's here. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, you know what I mean? And
Thank
so,
you, Chewie.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. For reals, man.
Thank you, Chewie.
Leave a comment in the thing. Yeah, dude, just the fact that this guy that I've listened to on the radio for so long is here in your house, man. Like, I
In the
don't,
sticks.
I don't care what happens in the future. He is officially my favorite DJ in LA.
Right.
Like, from anybody ask me now, like Chewie Martinez.
Tommy, who's your favorite DJ?
Chewie Martinez. Chewie Martinez.
Tommy.
Chewie Martinez. Because who does that? Nobody that I know. There's not many people that are gonna take a chance on like 3 amateur, nerds talking about stuff. But he did. So for me, that was just like, and not to mention also too, for me, there's moments that happen, but to share them. Like, I get to share that with you. I get to share that with Mike. And not to mention, like, talk about that. Like, hey, man, you remember, like, that, when that happened? Yeah, there's not many moments in life where that are, like, shared and you're literally, like, shocked and grateful for, and your friends that you want to grow with are there with you. That, to me, was one of those moments I was like, yes, okay.
Yeah. I would, Diphilia was definitely one of them, for sure.
Like 15
Holy
minutes
crap.
of
We were just
dude.
laughing crazy. Let's see. I want to see if I can pull up which episode it is. Mike, is that one of yours too?
Definitely one of the favorites.
That's great.
Mhm.
That was great.
Anything else?
He's coming while going.
I want to see what episode it
We're not
is.
starting.
So,
We are not starting.
So good.
No.
So good.
No.
Just literally how two members can make a difference in a conversation.
so I believe it's episode 59 actually. Let's see.
Hey.
Oh,
I
man.
think it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Episode 51, so if you guys want to check that out.
51,
Episode
everybody.
51 of the Just Talk podcast.
will-
That is, there was
post that
a good straight 10, 15 minutes of us just
It was cut,
talking about
so everybody
it.
knows it was
Oh
cut
my
to save us, time. But
It was-
it
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't
It wasn't
cut.
cut?
It wasn't
Oh, it was-
cut.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
you haven't listened to it, man. You gotta check it
So
out. It was so good.
It was crazy. Another favorite moment of mine was definitely Ready Player One.
Yes.
When you were just talking about
That was 3.
our characters and what we wanted, and that book was just so amazing. It was awesome, and to get to do your own version of what your character would be
Yeah.
if Ready Player One was the kind of future that we were going to be heading to. It's just it's awesome. It's cool. Anything else? Anything else? Favorite moments?
Those are my 3. Those are definitely my top 3. Like I still to this day.
Okay, I have one. This mic is like taking too long.
I'm
Definitely
catching
for
up to the
me.
train.
Definitely for me, an interesting dynamic shift was when Mike came on.
Right.
Because we did how many episodes?
Stop.
I don't know the exact number.
How many
Had to
episodes
be, like,
by
it was 19.
ourselves?
It was 19 because I just listened to 20 today, and it was my first day.
Yeah.
On the 20th.
On the 20th
20th
episode.
episode was your
That's
first
next
day.
round.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Hey.
20th, so
1 through
19.
19 was you guys.
Yeah.
With the very
Okay.
first
Yeah.
intro, and then 20 was me.
Okay.
then
So
we changed the
it
intro.
was definitely a dynamic shift after that. Again, me and Tommy had a talk to see if we wanted Mike there, but
For everybody
in a
here.
but in a way, we were kind of forced to. He was there all the time.
In a good way.
In a good way. But
all bad.
so
And just as a heads up, we bust Mike's balls on here a lot, but he's still
All the time.
great guy.
I'm surprised I still have them.
Great guy.
But it was definitely a dynamic shift, and from there it was just it got more interesting. I'll
Yeah.
say that much.
Well, like everyone just saw today and listened to today,
yeah,
we did not agree on the movie.
Which is
Yeah.
good though, because I'm very agreeable. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
Tommy's very agreeable.
Very agreeable.
yeah.
Because there's things like
Tommy, you like this? Yeah.
yeah,
it's
no,
good.
really.
It's good.
Like I'm like that's something I did not think of. So
Yeah, so that's definitely like a favorite moment, just because it in a sense, that's how we got this far. Also,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Not to say that we weren't gonna make it to 100 episodes, just you and me,
Right.
but because there's definitely other podcasts out there that are only 2 people.
yeah.
That I actually listen to, but adding, and we actually thought about adding a 4th person. That's why we have 4 mics here.
Which we have in the past.
They were guests.
Yeah.
They were guests.
Eileen,
They were guests.
Jerry.
Guests.
They're guests.
They're
They're not. I'm saying like
Like
a
a
4th
permanent-
person.
Permanent 4th person.
There is no 4th actual person, dude.
Just guests.
They're just guests, dude.
They're just guests. There's frequent guests.
Yeah, there's frequent
Definitely
guests,
frequent
Okay.
guests.
Okay.
but they're not.
Okay.
They're not like the 4th seat.
Mhm.
There is no 4th seat.
There's a seat that is open.
We talked about that too, adding another person, but we were like, well, we'll keep this going for now.
Yeah.
There's a
We
contest.
decided there is no contest. So yeah, that's definitely another favorite moment of mine.
Rian.
Mike, jump in whenever you want. You know,
There is no contest.
What's your
you
favorite?
haven't talked. You haven't said. Well, you did say Die Feel, so there's one. For
Yeah,
you.
I mean, there's that one, but I guess because I'm always the more philosophical one here.
I don't know about that.
heartfelt one in the group.
Yeah, if anything, you're just the one who reveals everything.
This is what I deal with. But no, I always enjoy the conversations. I always enjoy the time with you guys. I always enjoy being able to come here and just chit chat. I feel like a lot of people these days, and I've said it before, and I'll say it on the mic and on the video. It's like I feel everybody these days are wanting a connection, and in order to have a connection with someone else, you got to have a conversation with somebody. I believe that with all my heart. So I think, and I know, and I feel that every time I'm with you guys, like, that's what I enjoy. Even though I might not know all the comic book stuff and all this stuff.
No, we don't just talk about that.
Right, but it's just good to know that I can go somewhere, listen to you guys, and talk to you and have a conversation and connect. Like I said, having a conversation and being able to connect with someone, that's all what anyone is ever looking for. You know, it's not just like, oh, hey, yeah. No, it's like, no, I want to actually have a legit connection with someone. You know, and I know if I can talk about myself and talk about others, talk about my ideas and your ideas, it's like we're all connected. So I enjoy that the most. So obviously I am grateful that you guys allowed me to come on and made the decision and voted yes to come on.
Vote yes. So when I first saw this, when like favorite guest moment, I didn't put that because I feel like it wasn't fair for the other guests that came on.
Right.
Because I did think about that. So for me, I don't have a favorite guest. I think if anything, the most not favorite. I'm trying to put it in a different. The most influential guest, in a sense, that has the kind of not so much power, but more so
I have that power.
Reach or not popularity, influence kind of. It would be Chewy, of course, you know. But I didn't put that there because I felt like all the other guests that we had, they didn't have to do that too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, with your cousin and
well, it's always for me the notes are open ended. You know, what I mean?
Of course,
it's like it's always.
So for me, if anything, first and also we don't have that we didn't have that many guests to begin with. So like to pick a favorite out of like everyone was just like. Well, it'll go straight to one person. I feel like it's just like it's not fair to just go there.
So anyway, that like made the time to come on.
Yeah,
that's a very
and
so not to mention like when you're on a mic and you come to see somebody like sitting down with like 3 guys and just chatting, it can be kind of intimidating, especially if you've never done it before.
I'm a panda,
and even Camilo too. You know, like, all our guests. Like I feel. That's why I was like, I don't have a favorite guest. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed every single moment with them.
Yeah. Right.
Again, like if anything, the most influential one that has like the people out there that has connections. You know, that's a bigger, I guess. You know, more connections that would be Chewy. And, so for me, I didn't put that out there. That's why I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, cool. No worries, we can talk about that. That's fine. Let's see. What do you guys hope for the next 100 episodes?
More guests.
More guests.
Which we will be getting them on.
Whoever. At least for this year. What's your guys' hope for this year for the podcast?
What do you got?
Right? Their reflections. You guys go first. Mike.
At least for me, obviously, for everyone who's watching, expand the IG. And then also a main focus would be if you guys can give us a review on iTunes, that would help us out greatly. It would be much needed to know like what your thoughts are, you know, about us. You know, I know a couple other people, and I'll mention his name, Scott McGee. He says it all the time on his podcast. He's like, it's always nice to know, you know, like what and where people are at and what they think of my podcast. And, you know, it's funny, he's like, it kind of sucks, but he's like, your reviews do help mine get seen on other people's, and the rating of it gets better. So that's kind of like one thing that I would like to help
with us is just, grow. So I mean, this is going to help us grow. Instagram's going to help us grow, but I want to grow that at least. Get us to a certain real follower, not just, hey, come see my webcam, stupid crap like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. Hoping to get other guests on that that are people that are going after what they want. I know Tommy mentioned something of that before, but it's like, I want to know who the real person is behind the name, not just your name. I want to know deep down inside, like, who you truly are, and what makes you tick, and how you became that way, Sure, it might be a little intimidating, but I'm not. I'm a panda, nice and fluffy and squishy and fluffy inside. But that's one of my main things.
Tommy?
I had to think long and hard about this one. For me, it was just...
Hope for this year?
Hope for this year is to continue to enjoy this. Because with anything that you do for a while, it just sometimes can wear on you and sometimes can become quite difficult.
Or mundane.
All of it. But for me,
habitual.
Yeah, like there's some days I'm like, oh, I gotta drive out, or I'm just tired from work. But I know once I start sitting down with you guys, like all that disappears. And the enjoyment of still, and I also too is, my life has changed drastically within the last year. Like going from where we recorded to here, to things in my family happening, to whole new things in my life. I know consistently if I can sit down and talk to you guys once a week, it brings me back to like balanced. It brings me back to normal.
So is that like your 10 seconds in your quarter mile?
Yeah, exactly. Just enjoying that. It's anything you do consistently, like I said, it can wear on you. But for me is I just want to continue to enjoy this with you guys wherever it goes. Like I said, it's a labor of love. And I've been through the wears and tears of doing things with other people, but to sit here and to continue to grow with people I want to grow with, that to me is ultimately what I'm after.
Yeah. For me, for this year, hope for the podcast for this year, just more listeners. It's just one of those things where I feel like we do have something here, but we're at a point where like, all right, cool, pass it around kind of thing. But at the same time, I feel like we need to be. There was that link that I sent you guys. It was on Twitter.
Got it.
And it was one of those things. I don't know if you guys read it, but I feel like we need to follow that more. Be strict about it, and because in every single podcast that we listen to, there is a structure. There is things that they do, and it's not that we don't have that, but we don't have that. So I feel like there's some more growth that we can do for this year, which can garner more people to follow us, and not just follow us, but actually enjoy listening to us and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just pretty much just like get better, grow, and hopefully within that growth, everything else starts falling into place.
Right.
But as far as hope for the next 100 episodes, more guests would be great. That would be awesome. Just more fun.
Yeah.
Just more fun, more laughter, more interesting debates, more interesting topics.
Debates.
Like how we just had one right now. Fucking
Totally
PlayStation.
disagree.
Like what? No, you didn't play it, so you can't experience it. I'm not saying you can't. Of course, it's better with a fucking analog stick.
Always.
Anyway, of course, we didn't grow up with the PlayStation. You hopped on a PlayStation 2, which is completely different. But yeah, more guests would be awesome. And I mean, Mike said it too. Just if y'all can just comment, review us on iTunes, see what we can improve on, so we know what to improve on, would be great. And last but not least, we have some announcements to go to. So you can see, this is episode 100, and this is gonna be dropping on video also. So we're gonna have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the very first video that's gonna be dropping.
You get to see
And-
my pretty face.
You get to see Mike, and it's all glory, full glory. Hand and Mike, and
I'm
it's
so
gonna
nervous
be
about that.
it's gonna be continuing.
Why?
This is gonna
Not
be
for me.
continuing for
Yeah, I know you guys are cool with it, but I'm still like, oh boy.
It's gonna be. This is gonna be hit. This is gonna be how it's gonna be for you know. There's gonna be the podcast version, the audio version, and there's gonna be the video version. And that's how it's gonna be from now on. And it's gonna be a little, you know, more responsibility for sure. But I feel like it's another stepping stone, but also another medium that we can try to hit and maybe get more
Another
people
progression.
to, you know, hopefully enjoy us and listen to us and be with us in our journey, you know, to this podcast, to whatever we're gonna be doing. Well, let's see. We will have a new
Banner.
banner's coming. So this is just a placement, a placeholder, right? It's a placeholder, but we will have a banner. I've been working on. Well, I haven't been working on it, but I do have
Vanna
the
White.
sign of our new symbol, I guess. Logo, not symbol. Of our new logo.
Close enough.
So that's gonna
Could be like a
be.
Batman reference.
That's gonna be going. What else? You guys brought in some stuff here, so
I'm good.
I want you guys with.
No, I'm good with
Well,
it.
my stuff in the green.
Mhm.
That was for something afterwards. But
Oh, okay. So okay. As far as and collaboration, actually, I do want to
We
talk
have one
about
coming
that
up.
too. We
those
have
are
one
some
coming up.
surprises, guys.
We have one coming
Okay.
up. So again, these are just announcements that we're doing.
You gotta be. You're gonna be ready for those because those are gonna be great.
Yeah. And then I have one more announcement that these two guys don't know. We will be getting a new intro music.
Oh.
Say what?
A buddy of mine. I talked to a buddy of mine. He is working on it right now, actually.
How cool, man.
And so
my gosh.
it's not gonna be on this episode. Maybe it is. I told him like just have fun with it. I gave him my ideas and my thoughts. He's doing a demo version right now for it. And I guess it depends on when he finishes it. Because I told him like, dude, take your time. It's not a big deal. If anything, episode 101 will have a new intro.
Nice.
So
New year, new stuff.
yeah. So there's that.
New evolution.
New evolution.
Ow. Ow.
Is that it?
That hurt. Ow!
I don't know what's happening, guys.
I hit my tailbone on the side here. Ouch! That hurt.
That's like the best introduction to Panda Mike on the visual aspect.
Pretty much.
Shut up. This is not funny. That hurt.
That hurt.
Ow.
You know what else hurt? This podcast is about to end.
Yes.
That
Let's do it.
hurts
Wrap
too.
it up.
So we're wrapping it up right now. That is episode 100
Woo!
of the Just Talk
100.
podcast.
Hey man, glad I get to do this.
Yes,
with you,
yes,
dude.
yes.
You too,
Thank
man.
you, thank you,
Seriously,
thank you.
dude.
Oh, thanks for
You guys are
touching
awesome.
me.
I can't reach that far, so.
So yes, follow us on
Excuses.
Instagram at the Just Talk Podcast. You guys can reach us over there. We're pretty active on Instagram, and to any other apps, we're mainly on iTunes. But you guys can also follow us on Castbox,
Yep.
Spotify.
Yep.
You guys can find us there. Also Buzzsprouts. But that's pretty much it. Just those three. And actually, sorry, not pretty much it. Now on YouTube,
Yeah.
the video version will be going on YouTube for you people who want to watch us live, or not
Yes.
live, but just in video
Well,
format.
live one day, you know,
Yeah,
sooner
we'll be
than later.
streaming one day.
Yeah,
You know,
one
we'll
day.
have one of those live streams kind of thing that people do.
Whew.
You know, the professionals do.
Sweating just
Professionals
thinking
do.
about that.
I
So
see this face all the
we will.
time.
We will
oh
be.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
That's why
so-
Rion's in the center.
So I do. No,
Last
we'll
one,
be
maybe.
we'll be switching.
Switch it?
around,
Okay,
so,
alright.
sure. I don't know, unless you guys want me here, that's fine with me.
Let's put Tommy in the hot seat in the
No,
middle.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me, man.
Yeah.
I'm good
Doesn't
with
matter
whatever.
Where you are, anyone can be in a hot seat.
I am doing
anytime.
this with you guys.
And so
Together.
that, let's see, Instagram, going on YouTube,
Yep.
Just Talk Podcast, and let's see,
Intro music banner, all that
intro
kind
music
of stuff.
banner, yeah. I guess for people, since we do have an actual Just Talk Podcast Instagram, if you guys want to follow Mike on his personal Instagram, would you want to?
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay, what's your go? Go for it. Let the people know. Let the people know, right?
No, words of Tommy and everybody else. My handle is Mr. Panda Mike. You can follow me there. I'll most likely follow you on RJTP as well, and then if you guys can follow us back, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then I know Rich has one too.
Yes. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it is at HeyHeyRich.
Hey, Rich.
Also, I do have a YouTube channel also that I will be but I'll be reinvigorating this year.
It's really good.
It's
I enjoy
it's going to be a gaming channel, which is hence why I was wearing my PlayStation jacket over here.
And telling people who haven't played PlayStation.
Yeah, because he hasn't. At least the first one. I'll be doing a gaming channel more,
Yes.
but I'll be reviewing movies too. But not that much. Not that much. Just more gaming stuff. More gaming stuff. And that is that.
Thanks, guys.
That is episode 100 of the Just Talk Podcast.
And #1 for YouTube.
Oh.
This is the very first one
Very
for
nice,
y'all.
you said, sir.
Yes. So, with Tommy B to my left, Mr. Panda Mike to my right, I am Rich Bendo
In the middle.
in the middle. And that is that. Goodbye, everyone.
See
Thank
you
you
guys.
for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Wow.